This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop. Get real.
Welcome to DBL. We made it to Friday. I'm so grateful you're here with us. I got Al with me.
Yes.
Me, Tori. We got Lindsay joining us remote. My favorite people. Linz, how you feeling?
I feel good, guys. How you doing?
We're doing well, and of course,
all right.
Dr. Coley is here.
Hey,
It's lovely
Doc.
to see you. Now, as we've talked about it, there's a lot of confusion about the new CDC guidelines and the 5-day isolation period. Should you or should you not get tested? So now, even the American Medical Association is hitting back at the CDC saying, quote, the new recommendations on quarantine and isolation are not only confusing, but are risking further spread of the virus. This morning, the CDC director was on the Today Show. They asked her if the CDC had a credibility problem. Here's what the director had to say about it. Look.
We at the CDC are 12,000 people who are working 24/7, following the science with its ever-evolving nature in the midst of a really fast-moving pandemic. And we are doing so, putting our head down to keep America safe. We will continue to update. We will continue to improve how we communicate to the American public. This is fast-moving science.
All right, Doc, what's your take? Does the CDC have a credibility problem? Do I have a reading problem? Go ahead.
I think you do have a reading problem, and Dr. Jackson has that as well sometimes.
Thank you.
You know me.
But I have to tell you, you guys, I have been defending the CDC for the last 2 years, and you know that more than anyone else. But on this issue today, I have to say the CDC has now developed a credibility problem.
Ooh,
And
wow.
I think it is because they are not sticking to the science, unlike what Rochelle Walensky just said, because at 5 days, we just cannot lump everybody together, vaccinated, unvaccinated, regardless of how much exposure they had, regardless of how they're feeling. We cannot make everybody have the same rules. So I think that this new issue has really created a situation where people are starting to question the CDC, and that's a big problem we're going to have to deal with.
Well, there's a lot of questions, so let's try and at least clear up some of the confusion. Let's start with the isolation period. Do you think that people should get tested after 5 days? And when does the 5 days period start?
Great question. 100% yes, they should get tested, because even though the majority of people at 5 days are probably unlikely to still be infectious, we know that about 25 to 30%, guys, that means 1 in 4 or 1 in 3 people may still be infectious at that 5 days. And the way that we've defined the 5 days is from day 0 being the first day that you have symptoms. So that's day 0. So really from symptom onset, not when you got exposed, not when you tested positive, but the first day that you felt any symptom at all. Now, the trick here is if you never had any symptoms at all, when would you define that day 0? Then it would be the day that you test positive.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was going to ask Dr. Coley. For me, so it's been 5 days since I tested positive. I'm getting another test soon. Is it okay for me to leave isolation?
Not until you rub the lamp 3 times so you can leave.
You asked the genie for a negative test, Lindsay. You asked Robin Williams, rub the lamp and say, I wish for a negative test. And once you have a negative test, you can absolutely leave isolation. So it doesn't sound like you're having a lot of symptoms. But my concern is if you are one of those 25 to 30% of people, but you come back to work without a test, let's say, sitting right next to Al and Tori, you know, you guys are talking without masks and such, you could actually facilitate the spread of the infection. So when are you getting your test done?
I'm going today after work, actually. And then, you know, the PCR has been a little backed up, so hopefully I get my results before the end of next week.
Excellent.
And I'll just want to clarify one thing. To return to work, the CDC is actually saying you can use an antigen test. So you can also use a rapid test. Now, we know that's not as sensitive as the PCR, because if you have small amounts of virus, it won't, you know, pick it up. But it's probably enough to know whether or not you're giving off a lot of virus.
That's good to know.
And I just want to say this really quickly, Lindsay, we joke around a lot, but I really do, on behalf of our viewers and myself, we appreciate you being so transparent and just like doing this in real time with us, because you represent millions of people and we're learning through you. So we appreciate you being so clear with everything. So thank you. We're glad you're feeling okay. I love you, girl.
We appreciate your turtleneck too, Al. I'm sure Lindsay agrees.
Wow. I tried to have a moment,
that's a
and
very
that's what
chic turtleneck.
happens. That's what happens. I try and open my arms and you guys hit me.
Sorry.
No, but seriously, I do feel comfortable sharing the story now because, like you guys all know, so many people are affected. Just over the last 3 weeks, I know like 10 people in different states that have coronavirus. So I think it's important to be honest and not like try to hide it or suppress.
Yes. Go ahead, Doc.
And Lindsay, I will say the COVID shame thing is real, you guys. There's so many people that feel like catching COVID or testing positive is a sign of some sort of failure or something that they did wrong. And I really want to dispel that because with the amount of virus that we have around right now, we cannot COVID shame people. We cannot make them feel bad if they test positive. It is a consequence of the circumstance that we're in and not necessarily their behavior.
I appreciate you saying that. That's an important part of the symptoms of this entire pandemic. Let's get to Omicron, Doc. When are you most contagious if you do catch Omicron? So if you're Lindsay, when are you most contagious? Did I just shame?
So Lindsay was most did she shame a little bit?
I didn't mean to
Lindsay?
shame at all. No.
It's all good.
So she was most contagious, guys, 2 days before the onset of symptoms. So 1 to 2 days before, and then 2 to 3 days after. So Lindsay, did you have any symptoms?
Well, I told you I had a stuffy nose, but I also have allergies. So if we count from that, then yeah, my nose was stuffy last week. But if we count from my positive test, that would be Monday.
So for a few days after the onset of symptoms, you're most contagious. About 75% of people are done by about day 5, but we know that some people, like I said, can continue to have symptoms or continue to have virus for about 10 days until the symptom onset.
Okay, so you're saying you're giving us the kind of the 10 days there. When can us as a population know when we're not contagious, like we're 100% sure that we're not contagious?
So Al, that 100% only comes with a negative PCR test because we don't yet know with Omicron how long that tail goes. Now, what we learned with earlier versions of the virus was that people can still test positive and not necessarily be contagious because some people were testing positive a month or 6 weeks after their initial infection, and it was viral fragments and not actual infectious virus around. With Omicron, we don't yet know that. So I would say the only way to know for sure is when you get a negative test. Now, if you're persistently testing positive 2-3 weeks after your symptoms, you need to talk to your doctor because you may not be contagious. You may just be one of those people that test positive for a long time.
All right. Well, thank you so much for clearing all of that confusion up for us, Dr. Coley. If you have a question you want answered by Dr. Coley, I should say, write us on social media. You can also email info@dailyblastlive.com. And again, no shame there at all. None.
Sounded like there was some shame with you just saying our show's name.
Is that turtleneck shaming you already? Coming up on DBL, Mike Rowe stopped by. You wouldn't believe this interview with Al and I. And you also won't believe what dirty job he'd love to do full time. But first, we are remembering Mr. Sidney Poitier, who sadly passed away. Stay with us.
Closed captioning provided by
What's up, guys? A lot of you writing in about your turtleneck. No, I'm kidding.
I want a couple.
You actually look really cute.
Well,
you look real good, and you're.
I want to talk to you about my theory I had. About Lydia, who's
This
holding
is
the
Lydia.
camera right now.
Say
She was also on the. That's not the Steadicam. What's
I
the
said
camera
she's
that
on that
doesn't move?
cam.
What's that big one? PED. Oh, okay.
PED?
PED. Oh,
Head cam.
Head cam.
Head-
Okay.
like pedestrian.
And Tori, you said I can't believe that you're a person of all trades. You can do everything. And she said I've worked for 6 years on a peg cam.
Yeah.
And she's not in her 30s. And
No.
that brought my theory out that the younger generations underneath us didn't waste their 20s, at least like I did. Did you waste your 20s?
What do you mean by waste?
Like, don't remember them.
So wasted?
Yes. Like, didn't do anything. I had odd jobs. I wasn't thinking about my career.
I did. I was very aware.
Of your career?
Yeah.
Wow.
My family, though, was very, like, from day one, was like, you're either going to Yale or Brown. I went to Michigan. I couldn't get into Yale or Brown. And you will be.
You're
like,
either going to Yale or you're a safety school.
Yeah,
all
right. Brown. And you will be working at your career constantly, and you will be doing it, and you will be paying mostly your own
But
way.
you
I
worked
did
in like a bridal boutique. You did makeup.
Oh
like,
yeah, I did a gazillion jobs, but all of them were. I worked so hard to get them, and what's weird is.
Michael's standing there.
Oh, I just want to see the Poitier is next.
Oh, got it. We
Yes.
heard. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's weird is I worked so hard to like on my resume and all of that with each job, and you're right. I probably could have gone like relaxed a little.
I don't think.
Although I worked really.
I think I would have been better off if I didn't relax.
Yeah, you're needing more discipline. I
needed a Hail Mary at like 36 to get my life together.
We need you. Welcome back to DBL. One of the great ones, Sidney Poitier, has passed away. He was 94 years old. He was the first African American to win an Oscar for Best Actor in 1963, Lilies of the Field. CNN calls him Hollywood's first black movie star. He had an amazing 71-year career. Poitier was best known for films like A Raisin in the Sun, In the Heat of the Night, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. He was the lone black leading man in the 1960s, and he faced all sorts of pressures and scrutiny. And he told Oprah in 2000, quote, "It's been an enormous responsibility, and I accepted it. And I lived in a way that showed how I respected that responsibility. I had to, in order for others to come behind me." Wow. So, Mr. Poitier, what did he mean to you? Lindsay, we have you with us as well. I want to get your take on that. What did Mr. Poitier mean to you, Al?
Yeah, I obviously I've been just going down a rabbit hole, and I called my mom and spoke with her, but just the word that keeps coming up is dignity, and he gave people their dignity. And I think that him getting his flowers now, I know a lot of people say, well, he's passed on, he can't hear it, but I think he knows. I think we all know the trailblazer that he was, and the reason that I'm sitting here, the reason that Halle Berry won an Oscar, the reason that Denzel won an Oscar, there had to be the first guy, the Jackie Robinson of film.
You're right.
And a lot of times, Jackie Robinson doesn't get talked about as much as we talk about Barry Bonds or another. But we wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't for the trailblazers that took all the arrows coming through the door. So he will be missed.
Well said, Al. Lindsay, that was really beautiful. What do you think, Linz?
And when you think about the time that he was an actor, you know, during the civil rights movement and beyond, and how his movies explored racial tensions, like Al said, I called my mom too immediately, because even though I wasn't watching the movies or born at that time, she still was always telling me and watching old films with me, so I understood what an impact he had on the entire entertainment field, which we're all a part of. I mean, movies like In the Heat of the Night or Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, they all explored these ideas that were very taboo at the time and uncomfortable, real time in actual ways. And I think he pushed the conversation forward, and like Al said, opened the door for so many people of color. So he'll be missed by a lot of people.
He will. And just really quickly, I called my mom when she was 21 studying abroad in France. She was alone at the Louvre. She looked over and there was this most dignified man, and it was him. And she said, "That is Sidney Poitier." She went over, he signed her book, and then they went and looked at Impressionist art together.
Oh my goodness.
And I just can't imagine.
That's a beautiful story.
I mean, and he was lovely. And then people started to recognize him, and he said, I have to get going. But that's a memory that, like, I hope to keep with me too. What an amazing man. They called him Mr. Tibbs. What a great man. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Dirty Jobs' Mike Rowe. He tells us the moment he realized Dirty Jobs was more than just a show. Stay tuned for this one.
Are you on?
User and journalist Allison Hall posted a video of herself receiving a negative result after swabbing her nose, then a positive result after swabbing her throat. Her positive result was confirmed by a PCR test. Then the hashtag #SwabYourThroat popped up on Twitter in recent days. So, is a throat swab better at detecting Omicron than a nasal swab? Our sources: the FDA, the University of Hong Kong, South Africa's National Health Laboratory Service, and US-based epidemiologists and researchers. This one needs context. A group of U.S. researchers studied 30 people and found saliva tests or throat swabs picked up a positive result before a nasal swab did. The study, which hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, concluded Omicron is better detected by saliva. A study from South Africa, which also hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, showed throat swabs detected all Omicron cases, but 71% of Delta infections, while nasal swabs detected 86% of Omicron infections, but 100% of Delta cases. Throat swabs are used in other countries, laboratories in combination with nasal swabs to test for COVID-19. But in America, the FDA stands by nasal swabs, pointing to the sheer number of cases already detected by the method. The FDA adding it can be complicated to self-administer a throat swab and can cause false positives as you're not supposed to eat or drink 30 minutes before. Epidemiologist Eric Fagel-Ding telling Today it's not that an at-home test won't pick up Omicron in the noses when swabbing there, it just might pick it up a half a day or a day later. So there's evidence to support a throat swab showed positive results for Omicron faster, but there's also evidence to show nasal swabs work well for the majority of people.
Don't miss a day of DBL. Bold debates, there's sense and there's nonsense.
Where do we go?
Hot celebs.
We're like this all the time.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
And all the laughs. DBL is all new every day. Welcome back, fans. Just love watching him get dirty. We were lucky enough to sit down with the face of Dirty Jobs, the hilarious Mike Rowe. Check it out. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. He is a renaissance man in the world of underground jobs that many don't know even exist. And if you didn't know, he's also hysterically funny. Please welcome the driest of dry, Mike Rowe. Mike, it's so good to see you. How are you?
Man?
No pressure. Wow, now I have to be hysterical at this hour?
But
okay,
also the driest of dry. See, that we gave you 2 jobs.
2 dirty jobs. That's exactly right. All right, for our viewers who may not
Excellent.
know.
I'm up for it.
That's good. You grew up on a farm. So what was your first dirty job?
I grew up on a small farm, but only 3 miles from Baltimore City. We had access to about 80 acres that nobody could develop. We didn't own it, so I had a chance to grow up, with some room and a lot of work to do. We had a wood stove. Our whole house was heated by wood. And so my whole life as a kid revolved around going back into the woods, taking a tree, cutting it up, splitting the wood, stacking the wood, bringing the wood down, feeding the stove. That was like from 9 years old, that's what I did. Wow. That, and I picked up horse crap every day.
Really
that was
good.
it. That was my life.
I do want to ask you about this. I love what you say about the people and the nature of the work that they do on dirty jobs, because a lot of people are like, ew, that's so gross, whatever. And you always say, no, these people are people that hold up our country. Can you speak a little bit on that? I love your take on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good summation. A lot of the most important work that gets done in our country happens out of sight and out of mind. So the whole point of Dirty Jobs was just to get our cameras in places where cameras normally don't go and treat the people we meet like Access Hollywood would treat Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's what we do. It's not even a show, to be honest with you. There's no acting, there's no writing, there's no production, there's no pre-production, there's no second takes, right? We never do a second take on Dirty Jobs. So what you get as a viewer is a really honest look at a hard day's work through the eyes of an apprentice.
I think about like your show, and I think about a lot of people that I know, and I feel like a lot of us, especially the people like me that kind of came of age in the late 90s, we were pushed towards college, but I think a lot of my friends, male, female, however they identify, would have liked to have worked with their hands had they been given the option, but I didn't even know that was a real thing at that point.
Yeah, vocational job.
Exactly. It's a big deal, and that's why you've been on Dirty Jobs forever, and that's why I wanted to ask you, has there been a standout moment that made you say, how did I get here?
Well, they all cross the line, but the moment when I realized the show was more than a show was in 2008. When our country went into a recession, and all of a sudden I started getting calls from reporters from the Wall Street Journal asking me to weigh in on things like the skills gap and unemployment and college debt. And it was interesting, I think, because all of a sudden people began to see me as a guy who had access to a lot of these different jobs. Now, I'm not an expert on any of this, but I realized I did have a seat at the grown-up table. I'm producing a show that people like, but I'm also running a foundation that is trying to do something for our workforce, which at the moment is terribly out of balance.
It is. Mike Rowe for 2024.
I
mean, this is just wonderful conversation. I know, I'm just kidding. If you couldn't keep, on the lighter side, if you couldn't keep this job, let's say it went away and you had to take on one of the many dirty jobs you've done, is there one that you felt like you'd be best for?
If you think back to your first day on a job, any job, when you go home after that, you don't think, boy, I've got it. Yep. I could do it. You're unsettled. It's weird. You don't know where anything is. You just met a whole bunch of people. You don't know what they, right? So it's.
Tori's
I
like
never
that now,
think
and she's been here
of the
5
individual
years.
job.
So
right.
rude. Stop it, Mike.
Sorry. I'm just saying. You know what? Taro farmer is the answer. I could farm taro on Hawaii.
Whoa.
Yes. That was a beautiful day.
That sounds like you just have low blood pressure doing that job.
Yeah, and it could be Mike Taro.
No.
Nice. It could.
No.
I'll take care of the jokes.
Thank you so much, Mike, for that enlightening conversation. DBL Nation, Dirty Jobs airs Sundays on Discovery and streaming on Discovery Plus. One of my favorite dudes ever. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Pandemic, the government offered many programs to help Americans get by, including boosted unemployment benefits, stimulus checks, and paid sick leave. But what federal help is gone for good, and what's here to stay?
Our sources for these questions: the Department of Labor, the White House, the Department of Education, and the IRS. First, let's take a look at unemployment benefits. According to the Department of Labor, back in September, the federal government stopped the extra $300 checks for people on unemployment. So we can verify that no, you will not get boosted unemployment benefits this year. Next, will you still get stimulus checks in 2022? As part of President Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan signed into law in March of 2021, many Americans saw a third stimulus check for up to $1,400. As of now, no other stimulus checks have been announced. Will Americans continue to see student loan relief in the new year? According to the U.S. Department of Education, an extension of the pause on student loan payments, interest, and collections will go until May 1st, 2022. The Department of Education says the extension will allow the administration to assess the impacts of the Omicron variant on borrowers and provide additional time for borrowers to plan for payments to resume. So we can verify that, yes, Americans will continue to see student loan relief for at least part of the new year. And finally, will parents still receive an enhanced monthly child tax credit this year? The American Rescue Plan increased the child tax credit to as much as $3,600 per child in 2021. According to the IRS, automatic monthly payments went out to parents on the 15th of every month, but those payments stopped in December. According to Congress, the Build Back Better legislation would extend enhanced child tax credits. If it's not passed, then those payments will not resume, and the child tax credit will drop back down to $2,000 per child.
When it comes to making a flu vaccine each year, scientists are forced to make an educated guess. There are several strains of influenza, and they have to predict which strains will be the most prevalent. Then a vaccine is made to fight against those strains. On average, over the last decade, the flu shot has been around 43% effective, meaning people who got the vaccine were 43% less likely to get sick. Unfortunately, this year, it appears the flu vaccine is a mismatch to the strain that is circulating. Research out of the University of Pennsylvania found the major strain, H3N2, has mutated in a way that makes the shot less effective against it. The lead researcher told CNN it is a major mismatch, which could explain why we are seeing flu outbreaks across the country. So why are doctors still telling everyone to get a flu shot this year? Well, the research shows that while the shot may not prevent you from getting sick, it looks like it will prevent serious illness from that strain. In fact, it has been shown consistently that seasonal flu vaccines prevent hospitalizations and deaths, even in years when the vaccine does not match the outbreak. So, it's still a good idea to roll up your sleeve and get the flu shot.
Welcome back. Mailers beware. Counterfeit stamps are sweeping the country. So it's time for
very slowly.
It's time for a Security Alert. Stop it. Sponsored by LifeLock. According to the post office, fake stamp sites are popping up all over Facebook. The most common counterfeit stamp is the U.S. flag one, and it's sold in bulk for less. So just remember, a first-class Forever stamp costs 58 cents. Anything less is likely fake. If your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. Call 1-800-261-1089 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. All right, one last story before we go. This TikTok has gone viral, showing a 6-year-old doing chores. So he gets up at 6 a.m. Oh, good stretch. He lint rolls his clothes before getting dressed, and he makes himself his own breakfast. But he's not done. He then cleans the toilet. He then scrubs down the shower. He does the laundry. He vacuums his bed. He sweeps the floor. He cleans his little shoes, takes out the trash. Lindsay, is this cray-cray or is this good parenting?
You know what? I really appreciate a good chore that a kid does. I was still watching the video. It's hilarious because he's doing so much like cleaning the toilets and all that stuff. That was like more the intense chores at that age from my parents. I was more like a clothes folding, washing dishes type. But, if that's her parenting, I'm slow to judge anybody on how they want to parent their kids.
Lindsay, I'm judging. I don't know if I like this.
Why?
Because he woke up and lit his own personal fireplace in his room like he's a reclusive billionaire. Like, what kid does that? I don't like. That's very strange.
I will just say I'm studying Buddhism, as you all know, and Pema Chodron always told me the Buddha, when you're stressed, says chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water.
Or light your fake electronic fireplace.
I'm just saying chores can give you a moment.
No, Tori, connect the dots. What are you talking about? Chop wood, carry water for a kid cleaning a toilet.
Let me connect the dots. Chores can make you have a moment in the present. You are quite mindful when you sweep. You just kind of let your mind go. It's very meditative.
He also cleaned his Jordans off and left the house by himself. I think this is more about his parents.
So you didn't want to go like the Buddhist
Where are the parents in this? Like,
They're filming. They're filming.
I don't know if I think a kid should be a kid for a little bit.
But Al, it's hard to I learned this the hard way, that it's very hard to keep your house organized when you have a kid.
So
it's
use a 6-year-old.
Almost impossible. And so maybe the kid is helping out and just sees how hard it is for his mom and dad and wants to be helpful.
Lindsay, did you see where they live? First of all, if Kinsley got up in 6 years and was doing this, you and Colin would have a very hushed conversation in the kitchen. Like, Kinsley's being weird. She's cleaning the toilet thoroughly every morning. What is that?
Maybe
vacuuming her bed. Stop. Be a 6-year-old for a little while.
I hear you. All right.
Throw some stuff around.
Throw some stuff around. Light that stuff.
Get some silly string.
All right. Well, let us know what you think. DBL's new every day. It was good to see you, Linz. We'll see you Monday. Same time, same place. Stay safe, y'all.
Post-COVID, long COVID are all terms used to describe anyone who is experiencing symptoms weeks or months after they tested positive for COVID-19. People on social media are sharing their own experiences with long COVID. Several of those viral posts involve children, and now concerned parents are asking, can children get long COVID after a coronavirus infection? Let's verify. Our sources are the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and Dr. Yvonne Maldonado, a professor of pediatric infectious diseases, global health, and epidemiology at Stanford University.
We do know that children can have long-term symptoms of COVID. We don't really know the extent to which that happens because we haven't really had time to follow the pandemic for that long.
The CDC and WHO explain on their websites long COVID symptoms appear to be less common in children and adolescents than adults. The American Academy of Pediatrics compiled a list of symptoms similar to adults that can affect children after COVID-19. Kids experiencing long COVID may have trouble breathing, irregular heartbeat, a change in taste and smell, headaches, fatigue, and a host of other symptoms. According to the CDC, long COVID symptoms can appear later, even if a person was asymptomatic at the time of infection.
We do think that up to 20% of children may experience longer-term symptoms, and that can include neurologic symptoms or psychiatric symptoms as well.
So we can verify, yes, children can get long COVID after a coronavirus infection.
Here's what we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
More confusion over new CDC guidelines as Omicron continues to spike. Is the CDC losing credibility? This kid is going viral for his 6 a.m. cleaning routine. Should more kids do housework, or is this bad parenting? Are cats really man's best friend? We'll tell you about a surprising study. Plus, cats that look like celebrities, the resemblance is perfect. And Mike Rowe stops by DBL. You won't believe what dirty job he'd love to do full time.
Oh my gosh. Are you insane? This is a sham. No. Just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. We made it to Friday, Tori. Thank goodness.
I know. Al is here remote. Also, we've got the lovely Dr. Coley joining us. Hello, you two. Happy Friday. Okay, so Hello. Dr. Coley, listen.
Hi, guys.
Hi. You are an expert, and what better day than today than to have you kind of break it all down for us and to clarify, because I'm reading our comments from our viewers. There's a lot of confusion about the new CDC guidelines, Dr. Coley, and this 5-day isolation period, and whether or not that you should or you should not get tested. So that's where a lot of the confusion's coming from. Now, even the American Medical Association is hitting back at the CDC, saying this is a quote, the new recommendations on quarantine and isolation are not only confusing, but are risking further spread of the virus. Now, this morning, the CDC director was on the Today Show. They asked her if the CDC has a credibility problem. Here's what the CDC director said about that.
We at the CDC are 12,000 people who are working 24/7, following the science with its ever-evolving nature in the midst of a really fast-moving pandemic. And we are doing so, putting our head down to keep America safe. We will continue to update. We will continue to improve how we communicate to the American public. This is fast-moving science.
Okay, so Dr. Coley, please break it down for us. And not only do I want to hear what you think, but I know that every day you're speaking to, your colleagues, nurses, doctors. Do you and does your community think that the CDC has a quote unquote credibility problem?
Sam, I have been defending the CDC for the last 2 years since the pandemic started. And for the first time, I have to say, whether it's seeing my friends or talking at the hospital, every single one of us is very frustrated with the CDC, with the decisions that they're making, and our credibility and our trust as medical professionals in the CDC. So I can only imagine what the rest of you guys as the public are going through in terms of how you think about the CDC. So I think moving forward, as we heal from the pandemic, we are going to have to learn how to reestablish that trust, both as individuals, but also as organizations like the CDC and the White House.
That's fair. I think that's really fair of you to say, because the public is a little confused, and I appreciate you understanding that. Can you clear up the confusion
But I want to hear what I was going to say, what do you guys think? How do you personally feel about your trust in the CDC over time? Has it gone down?
I'm just a little confused about the specific situation now, and I don't want to make the CDC look bad because I really love what they do. But they're saying the isolation period. Do you think people should get tested after 5 days? And when does the 5 days start? That's where I'm mostly concerned with the CDC. Can you help us out a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk about that, because I think this particular situation is following the science very broadly, but not specifically. So in general, the CDC says that you're most contagious 2 days before your symptoms start and about 3 days after. That's where they came up with that 5 days from. What they should have done from the very beginning was to put testing in there, because I strongly believe, and a lot of my colleagues do as well, because some of us might still be infectious at 5 days, you have to have that negative test to go back to work. And Tori, to answer your question, that 5 days really starts when you have symptoms. So day 0 is the first day you have symptoms. Now, if you have no symptoms, that 5 days starts when you test positive.
Okay.
And Dr. Coley, for me personally, I always liken the CDC as just like guidelines.
Yeah.
I understand that science is going to evolve. I understand that as the pandemic gets longer and longer, they're going to have to balance different parties, different people, different communities. So for me, I've never lost trust in them. If anything, I see it as a guideline, and then I call you Dr. Coley. So I guess if I were to give any personal advice to any of our viewers out there, because I too don't want them to lose any sort of trust within the CDC, just see it as an overall guideline. There's no personal connection, unfortunately, between you and the CDC. So call your doctor. Your doctor's going to know everything about your history. Your doctor's going to know your family. They're the ones that are going to best be able to advise you to do the right thing. So let's just remember that. And then also, Dr. Coley, I wanted to get your take on what we do know about Omicron, right? So when are you, in your opinion, or is this not even opinion, is this fact, when are you most contagious if you do catch it?
So, Sam, first I want to second what you said, because I think it's a really important message. The CDC does present rough parameters, but really we have to individualize decision making, not as people, but talking with your doctor. So thank you for mentioning that. And I do hope more people will do that. And really with Omicron, it's got a shorter lifespan than the older variant had. And that's one of the reasons we shortened it from 10 days down to 5 days, because you're most contagious about 2 days before your symptoms start. That's when the worry period is that you might be infecting others. And then about 2 to 3 days after you have symptoms. By the time your symptoms are gone, most people have a very low viral load. They're not giving off a lot of virus anymore. And that's why the CDC is saying if your symptoms are gone or better, you can go back to work. Now, 25 to 30% of people will still be giving off infection at day 5. Wow. And that's why some really feel that testing is necessary to return to work or return to school. Because let's say Lindsay came back without a test and she was in that 25 to 30%. She may inadvertently infect somebody else in the studio.
Well, Doc, I think I'm asking this on behalf of a lot of people, because it seems like you can just get this Omicron variant even if you're being really, really careful. Yeah. So should we just all just say, okay, we accept that we're going to get it? Is that where our mind should be? We're going to get it. We should, and maybe if we all get it, we'll get herd immunity. Somebody's got to be thinking that. A lot of people.
I'm so glad you asked me that, because I've already had a lot of other people ask me that as well. And the short answer to that, Al, is no. Do not just embrace it. Do not just go out and get it, because data is telling us that we still don't yet know what the long-term effects are, especially of the Omicron variant. So we found data from Delta from last year that healthcare workers who actually got infected with Delta ended up having antibodies against their own body. It's called autoantibodies. Wow. So the virus generated antibodies that attack their own body later. Yeah. So I don't want us to just go out and get it and say, oh, it's just a cold, I'll be fine. But I also don't want us to be COVID shaming. So if we do get it, we shouldn't feel bad that we did something wrong if we're doing all the right things. We shouldn't make others feel bad, and we shouldn't panic, because most of us will recover uneventfully, hopefully, and come back to our lives within 5 days with a negative test.
You say most of us. Is that contingent on being vaccinated?
Very much so. And we are seeing that the unvaccinated individuals are continuing to have, even with Omicron, hospitalization, severe illness, ICU, and we've seen deaths. We have seen deaths occur in patients who are not vaccinated with Omicron. So please, if you have not yet been vaccinated, go and get vaccinated. Now, a lot of health experts, guys, are also saying that we need to shift from this let's just get vaccinated mode to what else can we now be doing to fight this variant. And they're talking to the White House about how our strategy needs to stop being pounding in the old vaccination, but actually now updating this vaccine that's almost 2 years old, because it was designed against the Wuhan variant, so that we can start doing better with getting our protection augmented with a new vaccine.
Wow, well said, Dr. Coley, as always. You just make it crystal clear.
Easier.
We're so lucky to have you. We appreciate you for clearing up all this confusion. If you have a question you want answered by Dr. Coley, write us on social media. You can email info@dailyblastlive.com. We'll be right back. Thanks, Dr. Coley.
Closed captioning provided by
up, you guys. I got to be honest with you. A lot of you just wrote in as Sam was speaking and said, I don't trust the CDC. And I think that's, and CDC has a credibility problem. And Sam, did you watch Joe Millionaire? So we got to get to the several.
I did not watch Joe Millionaire. I started, I'm looking for Al, but Al's not here. But
Station 11?
I started Station 11, which was advised to me by Al.
It's really good.
But it is very good. I want to get back to the CDC because, again, I guess I've never held the CDC because I understand that you can't give every single American
the same
one. You can't. It's just, that's why you have a personal doctor, because they understand your history. They understand if you're breastfeeding. They understand all these different things that the CDC can't take an account for. So there's so many different variables. They can give a broad parameter. They can give a broad guideline. The reason why they brought it from 10 days to 5 days is because the majority of the people, the virus is not lasting as long and it's not as contagious as long. So they have to adjust those parameters. In my opinion, don't take it verbatim. Listen to those guidelines. Be open to change, because that's how the virus is mutating, science evolves, and then go to your doctor. Because your doctor is going to take into consideration if you're breastfeeding, if you're pregnant, if you're autoimmune compromised, if you have children, if you don't have children. So in my opinion, that's the way I've always viewed it.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong.
No, but I think if for some people, first of all, you're 100% right. You go to your doctor. They know you the best, and they know the research up to date, right? For any of you that don't have a doctor that is nearby or can get to, that's where I think the CDC really comes in handy. And you think that it's just a lot of I don't know. It feels like that scene in Indiana Jones where he's throwing the sand to make sure that the bridge is there and it's invisible. And it's they're kind of walking out with faith, So I get it, but I do think they're doing their best. Let's not get infighting. That creates more confusion. Yes.
Welcome back. Jeff is here via remote. Hello, Jeff. Okay, so we do have some sad news to share with our viewers. Sidney Poitier has died. He was 94 years old. He was the first African-American to win an Oscar for Best Actor in 1963. CNN calls him Hollywood's first black movie star. He had an amazing 71-year career. Poitier was best known for films like A Raisin in the Sun, In the Heat of the Night, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. He was the lone black leading man in the 60s and faced, of course, if you can even imagine, all sorts of pressure and scrutiny. And as he told Oprah in 2000, quote, "It's been an enormous responsibility, and I accepted it. And I lived in a way that showed how I respected that responsibility. I had to, in order for others to come behind me." And of course, there's so many talented, actors, Al, that have come behind him, actors of color, because of him. It's a sad day, but what a legacy. And he lived a full life that so many of us could dream of.
Sam, you hit it on the head. What he did was he just gave a lot of people of color their dignity. He appeared on screen, and there was almost a regal quality to him. And the roles that he took and the life that he led, to be the first person through the door, you're going to take all the arrows, and you're going to have all the scrutiny. And if you mess up, you might be messing it up for decades later, because they could have said, oh, well, we tried to do it with Sidney, and look what happened. The pressure on him and the way that he responded is nothing short of legend. You see the way people were reacting, and it's because he touched inside of a lot of people a place that we didn't know that we could go, which is headed towards equality. And I just appreciate him. He will be missed, but what a life.
What a life. And very quickly, I just want to say my mom was 21 years old in France, and she was looking at art in the Louvre, and she saw the most dignified back of a man she'd ever seen, and she said, that is Sidney Poitier. And she went over to him, and he signed a book.
It was him?
It was he. We have the book.
Whoa.
And they spent the day at the Louvre and at the Gare de Paume looking at Impressionist art.
Wow.
Can you
Jeff, can you beat that story?
Unbelievable.
No, the Jackie Robinson of entertainment, and more than anything, he was a great man, and that's what matters in the end to me.
Amen. Couldn't have said it better. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Dirty Jobs' Mike Rowe. He tells us the moment he realized Dirty Jobs was more than just a show.
and journalist Allison Hall posted a video of herself receiving a negative result after swabbing her nose, then a positive result after swabbing her throat. Her positive result was confirmed by a PCR test. Then the hashtag #SwabYourThroat popped up on Twitter in recent days. So, is a throat swab better at detecting Omicron than a nasal swab? Our sources: the FDA, the University of Hong Kong, South Africa's National Health Laboratory Service, and US-based epidemiologists and researchers. This one needs context. A group of U.S. researchers studied 30 people and found saliva tests or throat swabs picked up a positive result before a nasal swab did. The study, which hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, concluded Omicron is better detected by saliva. A study from South Africa, which also hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, showed throat swabs detected all Omicron cases, but 71% of Delta infections, while nasal swabs detected 86% of Omicron infections, but 100% of Delta cases. Throat swabs are used in other countries in combination with nasal swabs to test for COVID-19. But in America, the FDA stands by nasal swabs, pointing to the sheer number of cases already detected by the method. The FDA adding it can be complicated to self-administer a throat swab and can cause false positives as you're not supposed to eat or drink 30 minutes before. Epidemiologist Eric Fagel-Ding telling Today it's not that an at-home test won't pick up Omicron in the noses when swabbing there, it just might pick it up a half a day or a day later. So there's evidence to support a throat swab showed positive results for Omicron faster, but there's also evidence to show nasal swabs work well for the majority of people.
Don't miss a day of DBL. Bold debates, there's sense and there's nonsense.
Where do we go?
Hot celebs.
We're like this all the time.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
And all the laughs. DBL is all new every day.
Welcome back. Fans just love watching him get dirty. We were lucky enough to sit down with the face of dirty jobs, Mike Rowe. Check it out.
It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. He is a renaissance man in the world of underground jobs that many don't know even exist. And if you didn't know, he's also hysterically funny. Please welcome the driest of dry, Mike Rowe. Mike, it's so good to see you. How are you?
Man? No pressure. Wow, now I have to be hysterical at this hour?
But
okay,
also the driest of dry. See, that we gave you 2 jobs.
2 dirty jobs. That's exactly right. All right, for our viewers who may not
Excellent.
know.
I'm up for it.
That's good. You grew up on a farm. So what was your first dirty job?
I grew up on a small farm, but only 3 miles from Baltimore City. We had access to about 80 acres that nobody could develop. We didn't own it, so I had a chance to grow up, with some room and a lot of work to do. We had a wood stove. Our whole house was heated by wood. And so my whole life as a kid revolved around going back into the woods, taking a tree, cutting it up, splitting the wood, stacking the wood, bringing the wood down, feeding the stove. That was like from 9 years old, that's what I did. Wow. That, and I picked up horse crap every day.
Really
that was it. That was my life.
I do want to ask you about this. I love what you say about the people and the nature of the work that they do on dirty jobs, because a lot of people are like, ew, that's so gross, whatever. And you always say, no, these people are people that hold up our country. Can you speak a little bit on that? I love your take on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good summation. A lot of the most important work that gets done in our country happens out of sight and out of mind. So the whole point of dirty jobs was just to get our cameras in places where cameras normally don't go and treat the people we meet like Access Hollywood would treat Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's what we do. It's not even a show, to be honest with you. There's no acting, there's no writing, there's no production, there's no pre-production, there's no second takes, right? We never do a second take on dirty jobs. So what you get as a viewer is a really honest look at a hard day's work through the eyes of an apprentice.
I think about like your show, and I think about a lot of people that I know, and I feel like a lot of us, especially the people like me that kind of came of age in the late 90s, we were pushed towards college, but I think a lot of my friends, male, female, however they identify, would have liked to have worked with their hands had they been given the option, but I didn't even know that was a real thing at that point.
Yeah, vocational job.
Exactly. It's a big deal, and that's why you've been on dirty jobs forever. And that's why I wanted to ask you, has there been a standout moment that made you say, how did I get here?
Well, they all cross the line. But the moment the moment when I realized the show was more than a show was in 2008, when our country went into a recession. And all of a sudden, I started getting calls from reporters from the Wall Street Journal asking me to weigh in on things like the skills gap and unemployment and college debt. And it was interesting, I think, because all of a sudden people began to see me as a guy who had access to a lot of these different jobs. Now, I'm not an expert on any of this, but I realized I did have a seat at the grown-up table. I'm producing a show that people like, but I'm also running a foundation that is trying to do something for our workforce, which at the moment is terribly out of balance.
It is. Mike Rowe for 2024. I mean, this is just wonderful conversation. I know, I'm just kidding. If you couldn't keep, on the lighter side, if you couldn't keep this job, let's say it went away and you had to take on one of the many dirty jobs you've done, is there one that you felt like you'd be best for?
If you think back to your first day on a job, any job, when you go home after that, you don't think, boy, I've got it. Yep, I could do it. You're unsettled. It's weird. You don't know where anything is. You just met a whole bunch of people. You don't know what they, right? So it's.
Tori's
I
like
never
that now,
think
and she's
of
been here
the
5
individual
years.
job.
So rude. Stop it, Mike.
Sorry. I'm just saying. You know what? Taro farmer is the answer. I could farm taro on Hawaii.
Whoa.
Yes. That was a beautiful day.
That
with some
sounds
nice
like you just have low blood
poi.
pressure doing that job.
Yeah, and it could be Mike Taro.
No.
Nice. It could.
No. I'll take care of the jokes.
Thank you so much, Mike, for that enlightening conversation. DBL Nation, Dirty Jobs airs Sundays on Discovery and streaming on Discovery Plus. One of my favorite dudes ever. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
pandemic, the government offered many programs to help Americans get by, including boosted unemployment benefits, stimulus checks, and paid sick leave. But what federal help is gone for good, and what's here to stay?
Our sources for these questions: the Department of Labor, the White House, the Department of Education, and the IRS. First, let's take a look at unemployment benefits. According to the Department of Labor, back in September, the federal government stopped the extra $300 checks for people on unemployment. So we can verify that no, you will not get boosted unemployment benefits this year. Next, will you still get stimulus checks in 2022? As part of President Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan signed into law in March of 2021, many Americans saw a third stimulus check for up to $1,400. As of now, no other stimulus checks have been announced. Will Americans continue to see student loan relief in the new year? According to the U.S. Department of Education, an extension of the pause on student loan payments, interest, and collections will go until May 1st, 2022. The Department of Education says the extension will allow the administration to assess the impacts of the Omicron variant on borrowers and provide additional time for borrowers to plan for payments to resume. So we can verify that, yes, Americans will continue to see student loan relief for at least part of the new year. And finally, will parents still receive an enhanced monthly child tax credit this year? The American Rescue Plan increased the child tax credit to as much as $3,600 per child in 2021. According to the IRS, automatic monthly payments went out to parents on the 15th of every month, but those payments stopped in December. According to Congress, the Build Back Better legislation would extend enhanced child tax credits. If it's not passed, then those payments will not resume, and the child tax credit will drop back down to $2,000 per child.
When it comes to making a flu vaccine each year, scientists are forced to make an educated guess. There are several strains of influenza, and they have to predict which strains will be the most prevalent. Then a vaccine is made to fight against those strains. On average, over the last decade, the flu shot has been around 43% effective, meaning people who got the vaccine were 43% less likely to get sick. Unfortunately, this year, it appears the flu vaccine is a mismatch to the strain that is circulating. Research out of the University of Pennsylvania found the major strain, H3N2, has mutated in a way that makes the shot less effective against it. The lead researcher told CNN it is a major mismatch, which could explain why we are seeing flu outbreaks across the country. So why are doctors still telling everyone to get a flu shot this year? Well, the research shows that while the shot may not prevent you from getting sick, it looks like it will prevent serious illness from that strain. In fact, it has been shown consistently that seasonal flu vaccines prevent hospitalizations and deaths, even in years when the vaccine does not match the outbreak. So it's still a good idea to roll up your sleeve and get the flu shot.
Welcome back. So this TikTok has gone viral, showing a 6-year-old doing more chores than Tori. So he gets up at 6 a.m. He lint rolls his clothes before getting dressed. Then he makes himself breakfast. But he's not done. He cleans the toilet, scrubs down the shower, does the laundry, vacuums his bed, sweeps the floors, cleans his shoes, and then takes out the trash. Wowza. Jeff, is this too much chores? Or are you into this?
I couldn't even hear the first half of that thing. So I just saw a little kid going nutty with the cleaning. What's going on?
So Jeff, let me break it down for you really quickly. He's 6 years old. He does all the chores, literally all the chores before like 9 a.m. Everything from cleaning the toilet, vacuuming his bed. Is that too many chores for a 6-year-old? There he is.
Yeah, that's what he's obligated to do, or is he just a little obsessive?
I'm
We
told,
don't know.
I'm told it's his chores. So I would think that means he's obligated to do it if those are his chores.
Oh, I don't know, man. This is a great one. I don't know.
Al, is this too extreme?
Jeff, if you didn't see, the kid woke up and like lit a fake fireplace to start his day before cleaning off the toilet and cleaning off his expensive Nikes and walking out of a set of double doors. He's a kid of privilege, but I do like the fact that he does have a regimen, so I do appreciate that. But I do worry, Sam, about giving 6-year-olds too much of a regimen. I think when you're 6, you need to have your mind free and just be a kid for a little while. I mean, that's a little like training to be a Marine.
Camp.
I mean, I think that's what they do. Yes.
Yeah, Kat G just wrote in, Katie, I agree. That's too much for a 30-year-old. I will say in Buddhism, when you're nervous or anxious, they say to chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. So chores can be, you're very meditative.
Carry like a pail of water?
Uh-huh. But that's an analogy.
Yeah, do they have any advice? Do they have any advice for people that don't live by a river?
It's an analogy, a metaphor, if you will.
Okay.
A simile.
So not literally. Don't go
just
literally chop down wood and don't literally go find a pail of water.
Right. Just do chores.
Like Jack and Jill.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. But if you're sticking around, here is what's coming up. Julia Fox spills the details on her second date with Kanye West, and he went all out. And Valerie Bertinelli is saying goodbye to the bathroom scale, why she claims body image is more than just a number.
Post-COVID, long COVID are all terms used to describe anyone who is experiencing symptoms weeks or months after they tested positive for COVID-19. People on social media are sharing their own experiences with long COVID. Several of those viral posts involve children, and now concerned parents are asking, can children get long COVID after a coronavirus infection? Let's verify. Our sources are the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and Dr. Yvonne Maldonado, a professor of pediatric infectious diseases, global health, and epidemiology at Stanford University.
We do know that children can have long-term symptoms of COVID. We don't really know the extent to which that happens because we haven't really had time to follow the pandemic for that long.
The CDC and WHO explain on their websites long COVID symptoms appear to be less common in children and adolescents than adults. The American Academy of Pediatrics compiled a list of symptoms similar to adults that can affect children after COVID-19. Kids experiencing long COVID may have trouble breathing, irregular heartbeat, a change in taste and smell, headaches, fatigue, and a host of other symptoms. According to the CDC, long COVID symptoms can appear later, even if a person was asymptomatic at the time of infection.
We do think that up to 20% of children may experience longer-term symptoms, and that can include neurologic symptoms or psychiatric symptoms as well.
So we can verify, yes, children can get long COVID after a coronavirus infection.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham. No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Al and Jeff joining us remote. In fact, Jeff, many of our viewers have something to say about your delay. Tori, tell them.
John Venturini says, when we're back in the studio, Jeff, we want you to continue to respond on a 30-second delay. They said it's priceless.
Yeah, I hate it. I can't stand the delay.
It's hilarious, but you handle it quite well, Jeff. Okay, so let's talk about Kanye West and actress Julia Fox, because they are officially dating, and they, I think, want everyone to know it, because earlier this week they were spotted at a play and later dined at the exclusive Carbone Eatery in New York. Julia gave a first-person account of her date with Kanye, who now goes by Ye, to Interview magazine, which also published a series of intimate photos from the night, okay? Julia said she had an instant connection with Ye, who she met in Miami on New Year's Eve. She said he directed a photo shoot for her at the restaurant while people dined, and later surprised her with a hotel suite full of clothes. She called the experience, quote, every girl's dream. Okay, is this too much, Jeff? You think on date number 1 and 2, or is this like, oh wow, look at Ye, like just turn it up?
Yeah, I think it's too much. I don't want him trying to compete with Kim Kardashian in any sort of way, and that's kind of what it feels like to me. And then you throw the paparazzi in the mix. It goes from like 1 to 10 really fast. So is he really digging this girl, or is he just leading her on? I don't know. I'm a little worried about this one.
I agree with Jeff on this, which is awful to say, but I think it's a compete Davidson moment. Do you hear what I did there? I think he also then just bought the $4 million house across from Kim's house.
Maybe that's for the kids, though, Tori.
Right, but what's weird to me is impulsive decisions, and I think Kanye, out of anyone, probably shouldn't make such impulsive decisions. They might not last.
Okay, so Al, you wear your heart on your sleeve. Do you think that let's say you fell in love instantly with someone, would you schedule a photo shoot, get a hotel room, fill it up with clothes? Is that, again, a lot of women would probably say, or men, that this sounds like exactly what they would hope for, right? Like a fantasy come true. In my opinion, that would feel like too soon. Is that too soon? Would you do that, Al?
And that's why I hesitate, Sam. I think on paper, everybody would say that they'd like that, but when they see it in real time, you're like, this is way too much. We just went to Outback. I don't need a hotel room full of clothes yet. And I think the great thing about relationships is you baby step it. You have that first little interaction where you're like, maybe we should get coffee, and like you get to know each other more, and you kind of commit to more and more of each other's time. If it starts off at a 10, it almost seems like the only place you can go is down.
Right.
But it seems like they're happy, and maybe Kanye learned a lot from his last relationship. It seemed like Kim learned about the partner she wanted after Kanye. Maybe he did the same, and maybe they'll be better off for it.
It's just too showy for me.
It's too headline-y.
Too showy.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to just make headlines, in my opinion. Okay, so Kristen Davis is opening up about aging in the public eye. So speaking to newbeauty.com, Kristen, who is 56 and looks fantastic, said it is actually extremely stressful to be aging on TV because she's being compared to her much younger self. She added that she has bad days, like when she sees an unflattering picture of herself taken on the set of her new show, and said it makes her want to put her face in a bowl of ice water like Joan Crawford. And it looks like Carrie is also coming to terms with aging. On a recent episode of Just Like That, she comes along to her friend's plastic surgery appointment only to have the focus turned to her face. Watch.
And a mini facelift, or depending on the result that you're looking for, a full face and neck lift, which would take you from here to here.
Oh, I remember her.
Wow, I just experienced so many emotions with that. What are you thinking, Tori?
First of all, I think and I say this fairly, but I think a lot of women can experience a lot of thoughts about aging. And I think Sarah Jessica Parker recently in an interview said, what do you want me to do? I age. Do you want me to just disappear? Because it doesn't happen to a man. It becomes distinguished, or it becomes, I know they care, but when women have wrinkles and when their necks change, it's like hag, like immediately. And I know that's what they're called. So I've got to be honest, I really enjoy that they're going into this for Sex and the City. It feels really appropriate. And I like that they're shining a spotlight on it. I mean, don't be filled with fillers, but you're going to be called, it's like you can't win.
What do you think? Jeff, are you surprised to see this? Did it make you feel any certain way as a man?
No, listen, we live in a society full of discrimination right now. And the one thing that doesn't discriminate is age. We're all getting older at the same speed. Whether you're a man, woman, black, white, European, whatever you are, you're going to get older, okay? Look at the Friends reunion. They're all men and women. They all looked older. You're going to get older. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. Age has no shame.
What do you think, Al?
I know that we're focusing mostly on the women's perspective here, which we should, because obviously the society makes women feel less than as they age. But I really think this is one of those things that does cross, almost all gender lines, no matter how you identify, because the world looks at you differently as you age, but you don't feel any different inside. So like when you go to a place that you've always gone, but you're not 27 anymore, now you're 41. Now people are like, hey, excuse me, sir, is your daughter here? And you're like, oh, just having a beer. But now it's kind of like the world that you knew has changed, even though maybe your likes in places you like to go haven't. So it's a tough adjustment for people to kind of make a new life for themselves, because the things you did from 21 to probably 35 are going to be way different after.
Right, and I just didn't expect it to like impact me the way it did, because I had not seen the episode. It made me really sad for her. And to anybody who is getting work done, more power to you. I just want those individuals to be a very conscious decision where I want to do this. This is my 50th birthday, whatever it may be, and it makes them feel good. You could tell in that moment that Carrie never thought to do it. She was there for a friend, and for some reason it was expected of her, like societal norm-wise. And the
doctor thought she was the one coming in.
Yeah, and then you could see it in her face, a tribute to her acting ability. Like she felt like ashamed. Like, wait, so what's wrong with my face now? I have to revert back to the girl that I used to know.
Which is so meta for Sarah Jessica Parker, because she grew up in the public's eye since she was a young actress.
Great point.
And she's literally looking at her face where a lot of people wish it was like that.
Right.
I think it's a pretty meta moment.
Yeah, it's hard.
But I don't know how meta it is, guys. I wonder, and I want to get your opinion on this quickly. Do you think that having work done and having visibly done some work to your face, do you think that's almost a status symbol? Because it is expensive. And it does let people know that you are in a certain tax bracket. If you can afford to have some work done to your face, it's almost like, hey, I'm 50, I've had 6 procedures because I'm living like that. I don't know if it's not a status symbol.
That's interesting. I also know that I've read a lot of stories of women who've written in and they've spent like their life savings because they felt like they had to keep up with the Joneses. So yes, it can be seen as a status symbol, but I also think people might be using the money that they could be using for their retirement for the wrong reasons. Again, if it makes you feel good, that's a different story.
All power to you.
All right, so Valerie Bertinelli says she's coming to terms with her weight. In her new book, Enough Already, Valerie writes all about her struggles with her weight over the years, but says she's done judging herself. She told People magazine she stopped weighing herself after she finished writing the book and has since given up the scale for good. What do you think about ditching the scale for good, Tori?
I hate the scale.
Okay.
And I don't know, some people really like it and they go like disciplined monumentally, like they go to the gym and it's every rep. The scale always brought me down because if I gained any muscle and it went up a little bit, I was over it and I would give up. I threw the scale away a long time ago and I go by my jeans. So far, they can fit a little bit, little tight, yeah. But I don't go by scale. I don't think it helps me. If it helps you, just like plastic surgery, good for you. For me, it really, really brought me down.
Jeff, are you a numbers guy? Do you need the scale to help you?
I do. I look at it as just like a point. It's not that I emphasize on it, and don't do it too much. Don't do it every day. For me, if I'm dieting, which I am in the new year, I'll look once a week just to see my progress, right? And I do that to kind of give myself a pat on the back. Hey, I lost 2 pounds this week. Good for you. We have this weird thing, again, I mentioned society, that you can't tell anybody to get healthy or get happy because then you're body shaming them. So it's like the tips that I have and the tricks that I have, I don't like to share because then the next person thinks you're getting insulted in some way. I kind of feel like Valerie Bertinelli is at that point as well. Like, she's going through it herself and trying to help people, but the more she tries to help people, the more people shame her in a different way. It's a weird circle and dynamic that we are on social media and even in society, that if you tell someone, hey man, I just want you to eat a little better, work out a little better, motion causes emotion, you're going to feel better about yourself, all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. It's just a crazy time we live in.
Al, how are you?
Oh, please go ahead.
No, I wanted to hear from you because you've been very transparent on our show of your own transformation.
Well, yeah, for me, working out was something very cathartic. It was a way for me to kind of leave my old life of making healthy choices kind of behind and focusing on what was coming next. And I think that's, Sam, you bring up that point in my life, and I think that's what everybody's weight loss journey is, or weight gain journey, or just journey in general with this body that we've been given. There are going to be times where you're 15 pounds heavier, 115 pounds heavier than you are, and it'll be other times where you are in the best shape of your life. So it's a journey for everybody, and I think the lows are so highlighted by not only society but by ourselves that's what we remember. But we don't remember like how lucky it is to just wake up and feel relatively healthy every day. That's a gift in itself, and it's not for everybody. So I think when we start talking about my waistline's a little too big, that might be an indicator of another health issue. But overall, I think we should value the fact that, like, you feel good enough to go for a walk with your partner and live your life. So, let's try not to get too bogged down and kind of leave what society says about our bodies to them, and we just enjoy it personally.
Well said. Thank you for that. Tori gave you a whistle. Not sure if that's appropriate.
It wasn't.
I don't think it is.
It wasn't. Nope. Coming up on DBL, you've got to stick around for this next block. We're going to show you cats that look like celebrities. Can you spot the resemblance?
Is that it?
Closed captioning provided by
I've said it since season one.
I remember you've said that. No, I do.
I thought of the segment so long.
Smart, Tori. So smart.
Paparazzi. I wanted to name the segment Paparazzi, and then have flashes of camera.
Forever.
And it's a good segment.
It's hilarious.
Strong segment. This one's cats too. A lot of people write in and said, first of all, John Venturini has lost Sam 311 pounds.
I know. Kudos to you, John.
Really, big kudos to you, JV. I'm so proud of you. Dorothy says, I weigh myself at work once weekly. Kat said it helps her keep her in track, just like Jeff. I hated the scale, but I totally appreciate what you guys are saying. Oh, scales are just another tool for measuring health, not the end-all be-all, says Kat. For me, though, when I saw the number, it was just like, I couldn't think of anything else. It was like 158.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy, too, because when you're pregnant, you go in for your weekly appointment. First, it's like every 2 weeks, then it's every week, whatever. But, you get weighed every time.
Yeah.
And it gives you a different perspective on your body, because let's say I started at 140 and then I'm pregnant, and then all of a sudden by the end I'm 175.
Right.
And it does mess with you, and then you have to remember, oh yeah, I have a baby in me. I have amniotic fluid in me. I have double the blood flow, all these different things. But it's interesting because
did it help you, or did it help you see that it's just? Did it help you or hurt you?
I've never had a weird relationship with the scale, and I've been very blessed that way.
Yeah, that's great.
I've never really had to struggle with my weight, so I'll announce that privilege. But for me, the number did kind of freak me out, but then it reminded me, hello, this is amazing, you're growing a child. But
Miracle!
I could understand how with certain people that are triggered by the scale, that's going to really trigger them.
And like certain numbers, I know you guys know this, you don't want to see ever, like a 7, a 2.
Oh, fun.
When it goes to a 2.
Welcome back to DBL. So are cats just as loyal as dogs? Well, that's exactly what a new study is saying. Despite the cliche that felines are aloof and distant, researchers have learned that cats are just as attached to their owners as dogs. Apparently, cats and dogs, and get this, babies, show the same level of attachment with their owners or parents. How crazy is that? That doesn't surprise me at all.
You have how many cats?
We have 3 cats. Right. We had 5 at one time. We have a dog. We have 2 children. They all love us.
A lot of love in your house.
Lots of love.
Lots of love.
Okay, but here's the good.
They're also hungry.
So? What's that have anything to do with
That's
it?
part of it. That's part of the attachment is they can't feed themselves. All the things you just listed.
Okay, so
we can go ahead.
let's say they have a full tummy because they just ate, and then they're all about me.
That's when they walk away from you.
No, they don't, actually. That's not true. Okay, so here's my favorite part of the segment. Are we ready? Okay. Have a look at these celebrity copycats. Okay, we're going to start with you, Jeff. Who does this mustachioed queen remind you of?
First of all, I didn't think we were going to ever be able to beat the 6-year-old cleaning toilet segment, but we just have. We just got there.
Hey, Jeff, pause, no pun intended. This is Tori's segment.
Paparazzi, remember season 1? I wanted
Tori.
this, huh?
Oh, well, congratulations.
Who's the cat? Who does she look like?
Burt Reynolds.
Oh.
I thought it was
Ted Lasso.
Freddie Mercury, I thought.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so who is it, guys, before we move on to the next one?
Ted Lasso.
Nice.
Freddie Mercury.
Good job, T-Bone. Okay, so now this cat, this one's for you, Al. This cat has that model pose. Who do we think she resembles?
That is one of the Harry Potter bad guys. I've never seen the movie, but I think so.
Like Snape or someone? Maybe
Is that
Snape.
Zoolander?
No.
If that's a person, yes.
It's Adam
Lincoln?
Driver. Okay,
I can see that.
Okay, here comes another one, okay? This one might be hard, so I'm going to give you a little hint. I'm going back to Jeff on this one. He's an actor who once came face to face with King Kong. Oh, I know.
Godzilla? I don't know.
Cara
Jeff, that was gonna be my
Delevingne.
answer.
I was going to say...
Dude, we should call that toilet kid and see what he's doing. We should get him on.
I was going to say it was Jack Black.
Oh, this segment kills me.
Sophie. Tori's really into it.
Oh, sorry.
Do we have any more, or is that it? Oh, we have more. Okay, this one's for you, Tori.
Okay.
Whoa.
Is this segment sponsored by a medical marijuana company?
Hold on. Here comes Tori.
Okay, let me see this.
Okay, Tori, I want you to really focus.
Okay, hold on.
Which actor does this handsome devil remind you of? Don't show the picture yet.
Okay.
Let her guess.
I'm going to go with like Peter Sellers.
Okay, let me see again. Let's see. And I'm going to give her a hint.
It looks like an old mustachioed man, you know, like a...
He had a part recently in Succession. Famous actor.
Adrian Brody.
Yes, Tori. Yes. Okay, do we have more?
God, this is
one
great.
more. I'm going back to Jeff on this one. Actually, I'm going to do a competition between Jeff and Al. You guys ready? Okay. There's no guessing, but I already know who it is just by looking at it. Please tell me you guys know who this is, and then if not, I'm gonna. Boom! I was gonna say it was him. Did you guys think this?
Ron Perlman, man.
Who is the guy that was in Hellboy?
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy.
And he loves cats. Yeah.
Yeah, I immediately saw him. Did you see that, Jeff?
You know, I've sat down with all of our managers and producers and pitched ideas of my own, and none of them have gotten through.
None of them? None?
None of them.
Really? Huh. I wish we had a picture of my plant. I have a plant, I think we might have it. If not, maybe we can show you at the end. I have a plant that looks like dead on like a certain celebrity. I'm not going to say who it is. Identical. Yeah. And when people come over, they're like, oh, cool celebrity plant.
Blank plant.
Yeah.
No, they don't. No one's ever said that.
Yes, they do.
No one.
They have. Yes, they do.
Absolutely not. No one's ever said, cool plant, that looks like this celebrity,
Yes,
let's have dinner.
That's
never happened.
Every time.
Almost every time.
We'll be right back. We're going to find the picture of the plant.
Every time.
User and journalist Allison Hall posted a video of herself receiving a negative result after swabbing her nose, then a positive result after swabbing her throat. Her positive result was confirmed by a PCR test. Then the hashtag #SwabYourThroat popped up on Twitter in recent days. So, is a throat swab better at detecting Omicron than a nasal swab? Our sources: the FDA, the University of Hong Kong, South Africa's National Health Laboratory Service, and US-based epidemiologists and researchers. This one needs context. A group of U.S. researchers studied 30 people and found saliva tests or throat swabs picked up a positive result before a nasal swab did. The study, which hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, concluded Omicron is better detected by saliva. A study from South Africa, which also hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, showed throat swabs detected all Omicron cases, but 71% of Delta infections, while nasal swabs detected 86% of Omicron infections, but 100% of Delta cases. Throat swabs are used in other countries in combination with nasal swabs to test for COVID-19. But in America, the FDA stands by nasal swabs, pointing to the sheer number of cases already detected by the method. The FDA adding it can be complicated to self-administer a throat swab and can cause false positives as you're not supposed to eat or drink 30 minutes before. Epidemiologist Eric Fagel-Ding telling Today it's not that an at-home test won't pick up Omicron in the noses when swabbing there, it just might pick it up a half a day or a day later. So there's evidence to support a throat swab showed positive results for Omicron faster, but there's also evidence to show nasal swabs work well for the majority of people.
Don't miss a day of DBL. Bold debates, there's sense and there's nonsense.
Where do we go?
Hot celebs.
We're like this all the time.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
And all the laughs. DBL is all new every day.
Welcome back. Mailers beware, counterfeit stamps are sweeping the country, so it's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. According to the post office, fake stamp sites are popping up all over Facebook. The most common counterfeit stamp is the U.S. flag one and is sold in bulk for less. So just remember, a first class forever stamp costs 58 cents. Anything less is likely fake. If your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock helps you keep your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. So call 1-800-261-1089 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. We'll be right back with a picture of my plant.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
pandemic, the government offered many programs to help Americans get by, including boosted unemployment benefits, stimulus checks, and paid sick leave. But what federal help is gone for good, and what's here to stay?
Our sources for these questions: the Department of Labor, the White House, the Department of Education, and the IRS. First, let's take a look at unemployment benefits. According to the Department of Labor, back in September, the federal government stopped the extra $300 checks for people on unemployment. So we can verify that no, you will not get boosted unemployment benefits this year. Next, will you still get stimulus checks in 2022? As part of President Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan signed into law in March of 2021, many Americans saw a third stimulus check for up to $1,400. As of now, no other stimulus checks have been announced. Will Americans continue to see student loan relief in the new year? According to the U.S. Department of Education, an extension of the pause on student loan payments, interest, and collections will go until May 1st, 2022. The Department of Education says the extension will allow the administration to assess the impacts of the Omicron variant on borrowers and provide additional time for borrowers to plan for payments to resume. So we can verify that, yes, Americans will continue to see student loan relief for at least part of the new year. And finally, will parents still receive an enhanced monthly child tax credit this year? The American Rescue Plan increased the child tax credit to as much as $3,600 per child in 2021. According to the IRS, automatic monthly payments went out to parents on the 15th of every month, but those payments stopped in December. According to Congress, the Build Back Better legislation would extend enhanced child tax credits. If it's not passed, then those payments will not resume, and the child tax credit will drop back down to $2,000 per child.
When it comes to making a flu vaccine each year, scientists are forced to make an educated guess. There are several strains of influenza, and they have to predict which strains will be the most prevalent. Then a vaccine is made to fight against those strains. On average, over the last decade, the flu shot has been around 43% effective, meaning people who got the vaccine were 43% less likely to get sick. Unfortunately, this year, it appears the flu vaccine is a mismatch to the strain that is circulating. Research out of the University of Pennsylvania found the major strain, H3N2, has mutated in a way that makes the shot less effective against it. The lead researcher told CNN it is a major mismatch, which could explain why we are seeing flu outbreaks across the country. So why are doctors still telling everyone to get a flu shot this year? Well, the research shows that while the shot may not prevent you from getting sick, it looks like it will prevent serious illness from that strain. In fact, it has been shown consistently that seasonal flu vaccines prevent hospitalizations and deaths, even in years when the vaccine does not match the outbreak. So, it's still a good idea to roll up your sleeve and get the flu shot.
Welcome back to DBL. We have a lot of comments about the cat segment. Mary Ellen says to Al, my cat is an outside cat because we have allergies and she loves me to death. However, she's also a hunter and can feed herself. I had assumptions about cats before her too. Marquita Baker says that Adam Driver cat will give me nightmares. And then we have a surprisingly overwhelming amount of comments about my plant.
A lot of people asking, how the heck does a plant look like a person? Someone saying that plant better look like someone, Sam. So I say we get to the plant.
Why are you guys showing it?
Oh, we ruined it.
You ruined it.
Oh no.
Did you guys see it? Jeff and Al, did you see it yet or no?
Yes, Sam, it was on television. Yes, we saw it.
I was going to quiz you.
Can we see it
that's
again?
okay. Let's see it again. Let's just look at the resemblance. It's okay. No one feel bad. But does that not look like a Kenny G plant? Let's be honest.
Slow clap for that.
Let's be real honest
Even
now.
the bangs.
Couldn't it be 80s Michael Bolton, though?
I guess.
Yeah, but he seems thinner. The plant seems narrower with the face of a Kenny
Jeff,
G.
be honest. What do you think?
It could be that guy from Motley Crue if you put like a headband around it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think his head was his hair was as curly.
This was quite ringlety.
This was, if you did not see Kenny G next to it, you would have guessed Kenny G.
God. Greatest.
What was the quiz you had set up for us?
I was just going to show.
That was it, Jeff.
No, I was going to show the plant. I was going to have Jeff and Al guess. And then I was going to give you a prize if you got. I was not going to give you a prize, but I was going to have you guess. And then I was going to do the reveal and then see if you guys guessed it right.
The process.
Yeah, that's okay. We had 2 minutes.
So the way
Name another person that plays the flute.
Is he an oboist or saxophonist or clarinetist?
Yeah, I don't think he plays the flute, Jeff.
Does anyone know which one it is?
I believe it's a saxophone.
Okay.
Saxophonist.
It's the jazz flute, I thought.
I believe it's the sax.
Well, there's a great documentary on
right.
Netflix.
Saxophone.
Okay, we can go now.
I'm
DBL.
dressed like Ron Burgundy. I should know.
DBL's new every day. We will see you Monday, same time, same place.
You guys were canceled on Monday.
Shut up, Jeff.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Post-COVID, long COVID are all terms used to describe anyone who is experiencing symptoms weeks or months after they tested positive for COVID-19. People on social media are sharing their own experiences with long COVID. Several of those viral posts involve children, and now concerned parents are asking, can children get long COVID after a coronavirus infection? Let's verify. Our sources are the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and Dr. Yvonne Maldonado, a professor of pediatric infectious diseases, global health, and epidemiology at Stanford University.
We do know that children can have long-term symptoms of COVID. We don't really know the extent to which that happens because we haven't really had time to follow the pandemic for that long.
The CDC and WHO explain on their websites long COVID symptoms appear to be less common in children and adolescents than adults. The American Academy of Pediatrics compiled a list of symptoms similar to adults that can affect children after COVID-19. Kids experiencing long COVID may have trouble breathing, irregular heartbeat, a change in taste and smell, headaches, fatigue, and a host of other symptoms. According to the CDC, long COVID symptoms can appear later, even if a person was asymptomatic at the time of infection.
We do think that up to 20% of children may experience longer-term symptoms, and that can include neurologic symptoms or psychiatric symptoms as well.
So we can verify, yes, children can get long COVID after a coronavirus infection.
Blast Live.
More confusion over new CDC guidelines as Omicron continues to spike. Is the CDC losing credibility? This kid is going viral for his 6 a.m. cleaning routine. Should more kids do housework, or is this bad parenting? Are cats really man's best friend? We'll tell you about a surprising study. Plus, cats that look like celebrities, the resemblance is perfect. And Mike Rowe stops by DBL. You won't believe what dirty job he'd love to do full time.
Oh my gosh. Are you insane? This is a sham. No. Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. We made it to Friday, Tori. Thank goodness.
I know. Al is here remote. Also, we've got the lovely Dr. Coley joining us. Hello, you two. Happy Friday. Okay, so hello. Dr. Coley, listen.
Hi, guys.
Hi. You are an expert, and what better day than today than to have you kind of break it all down for us and to clarify, because I'm reading our comments from our viewers. There's a lot of confusion about the new CDC guidelines, Dr. Coley, and this 5-day isolation period, and whether or not that you should or you should not get tested. So that's where a lot of the confusion's coming from. Now, even the American Medical Association is hitting back at the CDC, saying this is a quote, the new recommendations on quarantine and isolation are not only confusing, but are risking further spread of the virus. Now, this morning, the CDC director was on the Today Show. They asked her if the CDC has a credibility problem. Here's what the CDC director said about that.
We at the CDC are 12,000 people who are working 24/7, following the science with its ever-evolving nature in the midst of a really fast-moving pandemic. And we are doing so, putting our head down to keep America safe. We will continue to update. We will continue to improve how we communicate to the American public. This is fast-moving science.
Okay, so Dr. Coley, please break it down for us. And not only do I want to hear what you think, but I know that every day you're speaking to, your colleagues, nurses, doctors. Do you and does your community think that the CDC has a quote unquote credibility problem?
Sam, I have been defending the CDC for the last 2 years since the pandemic started. And for the first time, I have to say, whether it's seeing my friends or talking at the hospital, every single one of us is very frustrated with the CDC, with the decisions that they're making, and our credibility and our trust as medical professionals in the CDC. So I can only imagine what the rest of you guys as the public are going through in terms of how you think about the CDC. So I think moving forward, as we heal from the pandemic, we are going to have to learn how to reestablish that trust, both as individuals, but also as organizations like the CDC and the White House.
That's fair. I think that's really fair of you to say, because the public is a little confused, and I appreciate you understanding that. Can you clear up the confusion?
But I want to hear what I was going to say, what do you guys think? How do you personally feel about your trust in the CDC over time? Has it gone down?
I'm just a little confused about the specific situation now, and I don't want to make the CDC look bad because I really love what they do. But they're saying the isolation period. Do you think people should get tested after 5 days? And when does the 5 days start? That's where I'm mostly concerned with the CDC. Can you help us out a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk about that, because I think this particular situation is following the science very broadly, but not specifically. So in general, the CDC says that you're most contagious 2 days before your symptoms start and about 3 days after. That's where they came up with that 5 days from. What they should have done from the very beginning was to put testing in there, because I strongly believe, and a lot of my colleagues do as well, because some of us might still be infectious at 5 days, you have to have that negative test to go back to work. And Tori, to answer your question, that 5 days really starts when you have symptoms. So day 0 is the first day you have symptoms. Now, if you have no symptoms, that 5 days starts when you test positive.
Okay.
And Dr. Coley, for me personally, I always liken the CDC as just like guidelines.
Yeah.
I understand that science is going to evolve. I understand that as the pandemic gets longer and longer, they're going to have to balance different parties, different people, different communities. So for me, I've never lost trust in them. If anything, I see it as a guideline, and then I call you Dr. Coley. So I guess if I were to give any personal advice to any of our viewers out there, because I too don't want them to lose any sort of trust within the CDC, just see it as an overall guideline. There's no personal connection, unfortunately, between you and the CDC. So call your doctor. Your doctor's going to know everything about your history. Your doctor's going to know your family. They're the ones that are going to best be able to advise you to do the right thing. So let's just remember that. And then also, Dr. Coley, I wanted to get your take on what we do know about Omicron, right? So when are you, in your opinion, or is this not even opinion, is this fact, when are you most contagious if you do catch it?
So, Sam, first, I want to second what you said, because I think it's a really important message. The CDC does present rough parameters, but really we have to individualize decision making, not as people, but talking with your doctor. So thank you for mentioning that. And I do hope more people will do that. And really, with Omicron, it's got a shorter lifespan than the older variant had. And that's one of the reasons we shorted it from 10 days down to 5 days, because you're most contagious about 2 days before your symptoms start. That's when the worry period is that you might be infecting others. And then about 2 to 3 days after you have symptoms. By the time your symptoms are gone, most people have a very low viral load. They're not giving off a lot of virus anymore. And that's why the CDC is saying if your symptoms are gone or better, you can go back to work. Now, 25 to 30% of people will still be giving off infection at day 5. Wow. And that's why some really feel that testing is necessary to return to work or return to school. Because let's say Lindsay came back without a test and she was in that 25 to 30%. She may inadvertently infect somebody else in the studio.
Well, Doc, I think I'm asking this on behalf of a lot of people, because it seems like you can just get this Omicron variant even if you're being really, really careful. Yeah. So should we just all just say, okay, we accept that we're going to get it? Is that where our mind should be? We're going to get it. We should, and maybe if we all get it, we'll get herd immunity. Somebody's got to be thinking that. A lot of people.
I'm so glad you asked me that, because I've already had a lot of other people ask me that as well. And the short answer to that, Al, is no. Do not just embrace it. Do not just go out and get it, because data is telling us that we still don't yet know what the long-term effects are, especially of the Omicron variant. So we found data from Delta from last year that healthcare workers who actually got infected with Delta ended up having antibodies against their own body. It's called autoantibodies. Wow. So the virus generated antibodies that attack their own body later. Yeah. So I don't want us to just go out and get it and say, oh, it's just a cold, I'll be fine. But I also don't want us to be COVID shaming. So if we do get it, we shouldn't feel bad that we did something wrong if we're doing all the right things. We shouldn't make others feel bad, and we shouldn't panic, because most of us will recover uneventfully, hopefully, and come back to our lives within 5 days with a negative test.
You say most of us. Is that contingent on being vaccinated?
Very much so. And we are seeing that the unvaccinated individuals are continuing to have, even with Omicron, hospitalization, severe illness, ICU, and we've seen deaths. We have seen deaths occur in patients who are not vaccinated with Omicron. So please, if you have not yet been vaccinated, go and get vaccinated. Now, a lot of health experts, guys, are also saying that we need to shift from this let's just get vaccinated mode to what else can we now be doing to fight this variant. And they're talking to the White House about how our strategy needs to stop being pounding in the old vaccination, but actually now updating this vaccine that's almost 2 years old,
right.
because it was designed against the Wuhan variant, so that we can start doing better with getting our protection augmented with the new vaccine.
Wow, well said, Dr. Coley, as always. You just make it crystal clear.
Easier.
We're
Much
so
easier.
lucky to have you. We appreciate you for clearing up all this confusion. If you have a question you want answered by Dr. Coley, write us on social media. You can email info@dailyblastlive.com. We'll be right back. Thanks, Dr. Coley.
Closed captioning provided by
What's up, guys? A lot of you writing in about your turtleneck. No, I'm kidding.
I want a couple.
You actually look really cute.
Well,
you look real good, and you're.
I
everything
want
looks
to
good.
talk to you about my theory I had. About Lydia, who's
This
holding
is
the
Lydia.
camera right now. She was also on the. That's not the Steadicam. What's
I
the
said
camera
she's
that
on that
doesn't move?
cam.
What's that big one? PED? Oh, okay.
PED?
PED. Oh,
Head cam.
Head cam.
Head-
Okay.
like pedestrian.
And Tori, you said, I can't believe that you're a person of all trades. You can do everything. And she said, I've worked for 6 years on a peg cam.
Yeah.
And she's not in her 30s. And
No.
that brought my theory out that the younger generations underneath us didn't waste their 20s, at least like I did. Did you waste your 20s?
What do you mean by waste?
Like, don't remember them.
So wasted?
Yes. Like, didn't do anything. I had odd jobs. I wasn't thinking about my career.
I did. I was very aware.
Of your career?
Yeah.
Wow.
My family, though, was very, like, from day one, was like, you're either going to Yale or Brown. I went to Michigan. I couldn't get into Yale or Brown. And you will be
You're
like,
either going to Yale or your safety school.
yeah,
all
right, Brown. And you will be working at your career constantly, and you will be doing it, and you will be paying mostly your own
But
way.
you
I
worked
did
in like a bridal boutique. You did makeup.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I did a gazillion jobs, but all of them were, I worked so hard to get them. And what's weird is,
Michael's standing there.
Oh, I just want to see the Poitier is next.
oh, got it, we
Yes.
heard. Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
What's weird is I worked so hard to, like, on my resume and all of that with each job, and you're right, I probably could have gone, like, relaxed a little.
I don't think.
Although I worked really
think I would have been better off if I didn't
Yeah,
relax.
you needed more discipline, I
I
think.
needed a Hail Mary at like 36 to get my life together.
Welcome back. Jeff is here via remote. Hello, Jeff. Okay, so we do have some sad news to share with our viewers. Sidney Poitier has died. He was 94 years old. He was the first African-American to win an Oscar for Best Actor in 1963. CNN calls him Hollywood's first black movie star. He had an amazing 71-year career. Poitier was best known for films like A Raisin in the Sun, In the Heat of the Night, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. He was the lone black leading man in the 60s and faced, of course, if you can even imagine, all sorts of pressure and scrutiny. And as he told Oprah in 2000, quote, "It's been an enormous responsibility, and I accepted it. And I lived in a way that showed how I respected that responsibility. I had to, in order for others to come behind me." And of course, there's so many talented, actors, Al, that have come behind him, actors of color, because of him. It's a sad day, but what a legacy. And he lived a full life that so many of us could dream of.
Sam, I mean, you hit it on the head. What he did was he just gave a lot of people of color their dignity. He appeared on screen, and there was almost a regal quality to him. And the roles that he took and the life that he led, to be the first person through the door, you're gonna take all the arrows and you're gonna have all the scrutiny. And if you mess up, you might be messing it up for decades later, because they could have said, oh, well, we tried to do it with Sidney and look what happened. The pressure on him and the way that he responded is nothing short of legend. You see the way people were reacting, and it's because he touched inside of a lot of people a place that we didn't know that we could go, which is towards and headed towards equality. And I just appreciate him. He will be missed, but what a life.
What a life. And very quickly, I just want to say my mom was 21 years old in France, and she was looking at art in the Louvre, and she saw the most dignified back of a man she'd ever seen, and she said, that is Sidney Poitier. And she went over to him, and he signed a book.
It was him?
It was he. We have the book.
Whoa.
And they spent the day at the Louvre and at the Gare de Pomme looking at Impressionist art.
Wow.
Can you
Jeff, can you beat that story?
Unbelievable.
No, the Jackie Robinson of entertainment, and more than anything, he was a great man, and that's what matters in the end to me.
Amen. Couldn't have said it better. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Dirty Jobs' Mike Rowe. He tells us the moment he realized Dirty Jobs was more than just a show.
User and journalist Allison Hall posted a video of herself receiving a negative result after swabbing her nose, then a positive result after swabbing her throat. Her positive result was confirmed by a PCR test. Then the hashtag #SwabYourThroat popped up on Twitter in recent days. So, is a throat swab better at detecting Omicron than a nasal swab? Our sources: the FDA, the University of Hong Kong, South Africa's National Health Laboratory Service, and US-based epidemiologists and researchers. This one needs context. A group of U.S. researchers studied 30 people and found saliva tests or throat swabs picked up a positive result before nasal swab did. The study, which hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, concluded Omicron is better detected by saliva. A study from South Africa, which also hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, showed throat swabs detected all Omicron cases, but 71% of Delta infections, while nasal swabs detected 86% of Omicron infections, but 100% of Delta cases. Throat swabs are used in other countries in combination with nasal swabs to test for COVID-19. But in America, the FDA stands by nasal swabs, pointing to the sheer number of cases already detected by the method. The FDA adding it can be complicated to self-administer a throat swab and can cause false positives as you're not supposed to eat or drink 30 minutes before. Epidemiologist Eric Fagel-Ding telling Today it's not that an at-home test won't pick up Omicron in the noses when swabbing there, it just might pick it up a half a day or a day later. So there's evidence to support a throat swab showed positive results for Omicron faster, but there's also evidence to show nasal swabs work well for the majority of people.
Don't miss a day of DBL. Bold debates, there's sense and there's nonsense.
Where do we go?
Hot celebs.
We're like this all the time.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
And all the laughs. DBL is all new every day.
Welcome back. Fans just love watching him get dirty. We were lucky enough to sit down with the face of Dirty Jobs, Mike Rowe. Check it out.
It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. He is a renaissance man in the world of underground jobs that many don't know even exist. And if you didn't know, he's also hysterically funny. Please welcome the driest of dry, Mike Rowe. Mike, it's so good to see you. How are you?
Man?
No pressure. Wow, now I have to be hysterical at this hour?
But
okay,
also the driest of dry. See, that we gave you 2 jobs.
2 dirty jobs. That's exactly right. All right, for our viewers who may not
Excellent.
know.
I'm up for it.
That's good. You grew up on a farm. So what was your first dirty job?
I grew up on a small farm, but only 3 miles from Baltimore City. We had access to about 80 acres that nobody could develop. We didn't own it, so I had a chance to grow up, with some room and a lot of work to do. We had a wood stove. Our whole house was heated by wood. And so my whole life as a kid revolved around going back into the woods, taking a tree, cutting it up, splitting the wood, stacking the wood, bringing the wood down, feeding the stove. That was like from 9 years old, that's what I did.
Wow.
That, and I picked up horse crap every day.
Really
that was
good.
it. That was my life.
I do want to ask you about this. I love what you say about the people and the nature of the work that they do on dirty jobs, because a lot of people are like, ew, that's so gross, whatever. And you always say, no, these people are people that hold up our country. Can you speak a little bit on that? I love your take on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good summation. A lot of the most important work that gets done in our country happens out of sight and out of mind. So the whole point of Dirty Jobs was just to get our cameras in places where cameras normally don't go and treat the people we meet like Access Hollywood would treat Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's what we do. It's not even a show, to be honest with you. There's no acting, there's no writing, there's no production, there's no pre-production, there's no second takes, right? We never do a second take on Dirty Jobs. So what you get as a viewer is a really honest look at a hard day's work through the eyes of an apprentice.
I think about like your show, and I think about a lot of people that I know, and I feel like a lot of us, especially the people like me that kind of came of age in the late 90s, we were pushed towards college, but I think a lot of my friends, male, female, however they identify, would have liked to have worked with their hands had they been given the option, but I didn't even know that was a real thing at that point.
Yeah, vocational job.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a big deal, and that's why you've been on Dirty Jobs forever. And that's why I wanted to ask you, has there been a standout moment that made you say, how did I get here?
Well, they all cross the line. But the moment when I realized the show was more than a show was in 2008, when our country went into a recession. And all of a sudden, I started getting calls from reporters from the Wall Street Journal asking me to weigh in on things like the skills gap and unemployment and college debt. And it was interesting, I think, because all of a sudden people began to see me as a guy who had access to a lot of these different jobs. Now, I'm not an expert on any of this, but I realized I did have a seat at the grown-up table. I'm producing a show that people like, but I'm also running a foundation that is trying to do something for our workforce, which at the moment is terribly out of balance.
It is. Mike Rowe for 2024. This is just wonderful conversation. I know, I'm just kidding. If you couldn't keep, on the lighter side, if you couldn't keep this job, let's say it went away and you had to take on one of the many dirty jobs you've done, is there one that you felt like you'd be best for?
If you think back to your first day on a job, any job, when you go home after that, you don't think, boy, I've got it. Yep. I could do it. You're unsettled. It's weird. You don't know where anything is. You just met a whole bunch of people. You don't know what right? So it's.
Tori's
I
like
never
that now,
think
and she's been here 5 years.
Job.
So rude. Stop it, Mike.
Sorry. I'm just saying. You know what? Taro farmer is the answer. I could farm taro on Hawaii.
Whoa.
Yes. That was a beautiful day.
That
with some
sounds
nice
like you just have low blood
poi.
pressure doing that job.
Yeah, and it could be Mike Taro.
No.
Nice. It could.
No. I'll take care of the jokes.
Thank you so much, Mike, for that enlightening conversation. DBL Nation, Dirty Jobs airs Sundays on Discovery and streaming on Discovery Plus. One of my favorite dudes ever. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Kids Gross. Pandemic, the government offered many programs to help Americans get by, including boosted unemployment benefits, stimulus checks, and paid sick leave. But what federal help is gone for good, and what's here to stay?
Our sources for these questions: the Department of Labor, the White House, the Department of Education, and the IRS. First, let's take a look at unemployment benefits. According to the Department of Labor, back in September, the federal government stopped the extra $300 checks for people on unemployment. So we can verify that no, you will not get boosted unemployment benefits this year. Next, will you still get stimulus checks in 2022? As part of President Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan signed into law in March of 2021, many Americans saw a third stimulus check for up to $1,400. As of now, no other stimulus checks have been announced. Will Americans continue to see student loan relief in the new year? According to the U.S. Department of Education, an extension of the pause on student loan payments, interest, and collections will go until May 1st, 2022. The Department of Education says the extension will allow the administration to assess the impacts of the Omicron variant on borrowers and provide additional time for borrowers to plan for payments to resume. So we can verify that, yes, Americans will continue to see student loan relief for at least part of the new year. And finally, will parents still receive an enhanced monthly child tax credit this year? The American Rescue Plan increased the child tax credit to as much as $3,600 per child in 2021. According to the IRS, automatic monthly payments went out to parents on the 15th of every month, but those payments stopped in December. According to Congress, the Build Back Better legislation would extend enhanced child tax credits. If it's not passed, then those payments will not resume, and the child tax credit will drop back down to $2,000 per child.
When it comes to making a flu vaccine each year, scientists are forced to make an educated guess. There are several strains of influenza, and they have to predict which strains will be the most prevalent. Then a vaccine is made to fight against those strains. On average, over the last decade, the flu shot has been around 43% effective, meaning people who got the vaccine were 43% less likely to get sick. Unfortunately, this year, it appears the flu vaccine is a mismatch to the strain that is circulating. Research out of the University of Pennsylvania found the major strain, H3N2, has mutated in a way that makes the shot less effective against it. The lead researcher told CNN it is a major mismatch, which could explain why we are seeing flu outbreaks across the country. So why are doctors still telling everyone to get a flu shot this year? Well, the research shows that while the shot may not prevent you from getting sick, it looks like it will prevent serious illness from that strain. In fact, it has been shown consistently that seasonal flu vaccines prevent hospitalizations and deaths, even in years when the vaccine does not match the outbreak. So, it's still a good idea to roll up your sleeve and get the flu shot.
Welcome back. So this TikTok has gone viral, showing a 6-year-old doing more chores than Tori. So he gets up at 6 a.m. He lint rolls his clothes before getting dressed. Then he makes himself breakfast. But he's not done. He cleans the toilet, scrubs down the shower, does the laundry, vacuums his bed, sweeps the floors, cleans his shoes, and then takes out the trash. Wowza. Jeff, is this too much chores, or are you into this?
I couldn't even hear the first half of that thing, so I just saw a little kid going nutty with the cleaning. What's going on?
So, Jeff, let me break it down for you really quickly. He's 6 years old. He does all the chores, literally all the chores before like 9 a.m. Everything from cleaning the toilet, vacuuming his bed. Is that too many chores for a 6-year-old? There he is.
Yeah, that's what he's obligated to do, or is he just a little obsessive?
I'm
We
told,
don't know.
I'm told it's his chores. So I would think that means he's obligated to do it if those are his chores.
Oh, I don't know, man. This is a great one. I don't know.
Al, is this too extreme?
Jeff, if you didn't see, the kid woke up and like lit a fake fireplace to start his day before cleaning off the toilet and cleaning off his expensive Nikes and walking out of a set of double doors. He's a kid of privilege, but I do like the fact that he does have a regimen, so I do appreciate that. But I do worry, Sam, about giving 6-year-olds too much of a regimen. I think when you're 6, you need to have your mind free and just be a kid for a little while. I mean, that's a little like training to be a Marine.
Camp.
I mean, I think that's what they do. Yes.
Yeah, Kat G just wrote in, Katie, I agree. That's too much for a 30-year-old. I will say in Buddhism, when you're nervous or anxious, they say to chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. So chores can be, you're very meditative.
Carry like a pail of water?
Uh-huh. But that's an analogy.
Yeah, do they have any advice? Do they have any advice for people that don't live by a river?
It's an analogy, a metaphor, if you will.
Okay.
A simile.
So not literally. Don't go
just
literally
do chores.
Chop down wood and don't literally go find a pail of water.
Right. Just do chores.
Like Jack and Jill.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. But if you're sticking around, here is what's coming up. Julia Fox spills the details on her second date with Kanye West, and he went all out. And Valerie Bertinelli is saying goodbye to the bathroom scale, why she claims body image is more than just a number.
Post-COVID, long COVID are all terms used to describe anyone who is experiencing symptoms weeks or months after they tested positive for COVID-19. People on social media are sharing their own experiences with long COVID. Several of those viral posts involve children, and now concerned parents are asking, can children get long COVID after a coronavirus infection? Let's verify. Our sources are the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and Dr. Yvonne Maldonado, a professor of pediatric infectious diseases, global health, and epidemiology at Stanford University.
We do know that children can have long-term symptoms of COVID. We don't really know the extent to which that happens because we haven't really had time to follow the pandemic for that long.
The CDC and WHO explain on their websites long COVID symptoms appear to be less common in children and adolescents than adults. The American Academy of Pediatrics compiled a list of symptoms similar to adults that can affect children after COVID-19. Kids experiencing long COVID may have trouble breathing, irregular heartbeat, a change in taste and smell, headaches, fatigue, and a host of other symptoms. According to the CDC, long COVID symptoms can appear later, even if a person was asymptomatic at the time of infection.
We do think that up to 20% of children may experience longer-term symptoms, and that can include neurologic symptoms or psychiatric symptoms as well.
So we can verify, yes, children can get long COVID after a coronavirus infection.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Al and Jeff joining us remote. In fact, Jeff, many of our viewers have something to say about your delay. Tori, tell them.
John Venturini says, when we're back in the studio, Jeff, we want you to continue to respond on a 30-second delay. They said it's priceless.
Yeah, I hate it. I can't stand the delay.
It's hilarious, but you handle it quite well, Jeff. Okay, so let's talk about Kanye West and actress Julia Fox, because they are officially dating, and they, I think, want everyone to know it, because earlier this week they were spotted at a play and later dined at the exclusive Carbone Eatery in New York. Julia gave a first-person account of her date with Kanye, who now goes by Ye, to Interview magazine, which also published a series of intimate photos from the night, okay? Julia said she had an instant connection with Ye, who she met in Miami on New Year's Eve. She said he directed a photo shoot for her at the restaurant while people dined, and later surprised her with a hotel suite full of clothes. She called the experience, quote, every girl's dream. Okay, is this too much, Jeff? You think on date number 1 and 2, or is this like, oh wow, look at Ye, like just turn it up?
Yeah, I think it's too much. I don't want him trying to compete with Kim Kardashian in any sort of way, and that's kind of what it feels like to me. And then you throw the paparazzi in the mix. It goes from like 1 to 10 really fast. So is he really digging this girl, or is he just leading her on? I don't know. I'm a little worried about this one.
I agree with Jeff on this, which is awful to say, but I think it's a compete Davidson moment. Do you hear what I did there? I think he also then just bought the $4 million house across from her Kim's house.
Maybe that's for the kids, though, Tori.
Right, but what's weird to me is impulsive decisions, and I think Kanye, out of anyone, probably shouldn't make such impulsive decisions. They might not last.
Okay, so Al, you wear your heart on your sleeve. Do you think that let's say you fell in love instantly with someone, would you schedule a photo shoot, get a hotel room, fill it up with clothes? Is that, again, a lot of women would probably say, or men, that this sounds like exactly what they would hope for, right? Like a fantasy come true. In my opinion, that would feel like too soon. Is that too soon? Right? Would you do that, Al?
And that's why I hesitate, Sam. I think on paper, everybody would say that they'd like that, but when they see it in real time, you're like, this is way too much. We just went to Outback. I don't need a hotel room full of clothes yet. And I think the great thing about relationships is you baby step it. You have that first little interaction where you're like, maybe we should get coffee, and like you get to know each other more, and you kind of commit to more and more of each other's time. If it starts off at a 10, it almost seems like the only place you can go is down.
Right.
But it seems like they're happy, and maybe Kanye learned a lot from his last relationship. It seemed like Kim learned about the partner she wanted after Kanye. Maybe he did the same, and maybe they'll be better off for it.
It's just too showy for me.
It's too headline-y.
Too showy.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to just make headlines, in my opinion. Okay, so Kristen Davis is opening up about aging in the public eye. So speaking to newbeauty.com, Kristen, who is 56 and looks fantastic, said it is actually extremely stressful to be aging on TV because she's being compared to her much younger self. She added that she has bad days, like when she sees an unflattering picture of herself taken on the set of her new show, and said it makes her want to put her face in a bowl of ice water like Joan Crawford. And it looks like Carrie is also coming to terms with aging. On a recent episode of Just Like That, she comes along to her friend's plastic surgery appointment only to have the focus turned to her face. Watch.
And a mini facelift, or depending on the result that you're looking for, a full face and neck lift, which would take you from here to here.
Oh, I remember her.
Wow, I just experienced so many emotions with that. What are you thinking, Tori?
First of all, I think and I say this fairly, but I think a lot of women can experience a lot of thoughts about aging. And I think Sarah Jessica Parker recently in an interview said, what do you want me to do? I age. Do you want me to just disappear? Because it doesn't happen to a man. It becomes distinguished, or it becomes, I know they care, but when women have wrinkles and when their necks change, it's like hag, like immediately. And I know that's what they're called. So I've got to be honest, I really enjoy that they're going into this for Sex and the City. It feels really appropriate. And I like that they're shining a spotlight on it. I mean, don't be filled with fillers, but you're going to be called, it's like you can't win.
What do you think? Jeff, are you surprised to see this? Did it make you feel any certain way as a man?
No, listen, we live in a society full of discrimination right now. And the one thing that doesn't discriminate is age. We're all getting older at the same speed. Whether you're a man, woman, black, white, European, whatever you are, you're going to get older, okay? Look at the Friends reunion. They're all men and women. They all looked older. You're going to get older. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. Age has no shame.
What do you think, Al?
I know that we're focusing mostly on the women's perspective here, which we should, because obviously this society makes women feel less than as they age. But I really think this is one of those things that does cross, almost all gender lines, no matter how you identify, because the world looks at you differently as you age, but you don't feel any different inside. So like when you go to a place that you've always gone, but you're not 27 anymore, now you're 41. Now people are like, hey, excuse me, sir, is your daughter here? And you're like, oh, I was just having a beer. But now it's kind of like the world that you knew has changed, even though maybe your likes and places you'd like to go haven't. So it's a tough adjustment for people to kind of make a new life for themselves, because the things you did from 21 to probably 35 are going to be way different after.
Right, and I just didn't expect it to like impact me the way it did, because I had not seen the episode. It made me really sad for her. And to anybody who is getting work done, more power to you. I just want those individuals to be a very conscious decision where I want to do this. This is my 50th birthday, whatever it may be, and it makes them feel good. You could tell in that moment that Carrie never thought to do it. She was there for a friend, and for some reason it was expected of her, like societal norm-wise. And
the doctor thought she was the one coming in.
Yeah, and then you could see it in her face, a tribute to her acting ability. Like she felt like ashamed. Like, wait, so what's wrong with my face now? I have to revert back to the girl that I used to know.
Which is so meta for Sarah Jessica Parker, because she grew up in the public's eye since she was a young actress.
Great point.
And she's literally looking at her face where a lot of people wish it was like that.
Right.
I think it's a pretty meta moment.
Yeah, it's hard.
But I don't know how meta it is, guys. I wonder, and I want to get your opinion on this quickly. Do you think that having work done and having visibly done some work to your face, do you think that's almost a status symbol? Because it is expensive. And it does let people know that you are in a certain tax bracket. If you can afford to have some work done to your face, it's almost like, hey, I'm 50, I've had 6 procedures because I'm living like that. I don't know if it's not a status symbol.
That's interesting. I also know that I've read a lot of stories of women who've written in and they've spent like their life savings because they felt like they had to keep up with the Joneses. So yes, it can be seen as a status symbol, but I also think people might be using the money that they could be using for their retirement for the wrong reasons. Again, if it makes you feel good, that's a different story.
All power to you.
All right, so Valerie Bertinelli says she's coming to terms with her weight. In her new book, Enough Already, Valerie writes all about her struggles with her weight over the years, but says she's done judging herself. She told People magazine she stopped weighing herself after she finished writing the book and has since given up the scale for good. What do you think about ditching the scale for good, Tori?
I hate the scale.
Okay.
And I don't know, some people really like it and they go like disciplined monumentally, like they go to the gym and it's every rep. The scale always brought me down because if I gained any muscle and it went up a little bit, I was over it and I would give up. I threw the scale away a long time ago and I go by my jeans. So far, they can fit a little bit, little tight, yeah. But I don't go by scale. I don't think it helps me. If it helps you, just like plastic surgery, good for you. For me, it really, really brought me down.
Jeff, are you a numbers guy? Do you need the scale to help you?
I do. I look at it as just like a point. It's not that I emphasize on it, and don't do it too much. Don't do it every day. For me, if I'm dieting, which I am in the new year, I'll look once a week just to see my progress, right? And I do that to kind of give myself a pat on the back. Hey, I lost 2 pounds this week. Good for you. We have this weird thing, again, I mentioned society, that you can't tell anybody to get healthy or get happy because then you're body shaming them. So it's like the tips that I have and the tricks that I have, I don't like to share because then the next person thinks you're getting insulted in some way. I kind of feel like Valerie Bertinelli is at that point as well. Like she's going through it herself and trying to help people, but the more she tries to help people, the more people shame her in a different way. It's a weird circle and dynamic that we are on social media and even in society, that if you tell someone, hey man, I just want you to eat a little better, work out a little better, motion causes emotion, you're gonna feel better about yourself, all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. It's just a crazy time we live in.
Al,
yeah,
how are you?
Oh, please go ahead.
No, I wanted to hear from you because you've been very transparent on our show of your own transformation.
Well, yeah, for me, working out was something very cathartic. It was a way for me to kind of leave my old life of making healthy choices kind of behind and focusing on what was coming next. And I think that's, Sam, you bring up that point in my life, and I think that's what everybody's weight loss journey is, or weight gain journey, or just journey in general with this body that we've been given. There are going to be times where you're 15 pounds heavier, 115 pounds heavier than you are, and it'll be other times where you are in the best shape of your life. So it's a journey for everybody, and I think the lows are so highlighted by not only society but by ourselves that's what we remember. But we don't remember like how lucky it is to just wake up and feel relatively healthy every day. That's a gift in itself, and it's not for everybody. So I think when we start talking about my waistline's a little too big, that might be an indicator of another health issue. But overall, I think we should value the fact that like you feel good enough to go for a walk with your partner and live your life. So, let's try not to get too bogged down and kind of leave what society says about our bodies to them, and we just enjoy it personally.
Well said. Thank you for that. Tori gave you a whistle. Not sure if that's appropriate.
It wasn't.
I don't think it is.
It wasn't. Nope. Coming up on DBL, you've got to stick around for this next block. We're going to show you cats that look like celebrities. Can you spot the resemblance?
Is that it?
Closed captioning provided by
Season 1. You've said that. No, I do.
I thought of the segment so
smart, Tori. So smart.
Paparazzi. I wanted to name the segment Paparazzi and then have flashes of camera.
Forever.
And it's a good
It's
segment.
hilarious.
Strong segment. This one's cats too. A lot of people write in and said, first of all, John Venturini has lost Sam. 311 pounds.
I know.
Kudos
to you, John.
Really, big kudos to you, JV.
Big
I'm so
kudos.
proud of you. Dorothy says, I weigh myself at work once weekly. Kat said it helps her keep her in track, just like Jeff. I hated the scale, but I totally appreciate what you guys are saying. Oh, scales are just another tool for measuring health, not the end-all be-all, says Kat. For me, though, when I saw the number, it was just like, I couldn't think of anything else. It was like 158.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy, too, because when you're pregnant, you go in for your weekly appointment. First, it's like every 2 weeks, then it's every week, whatever. But, you get weighed every time.
Yeah.
And it gives you a different perspective on your body. Because let's say I started at 140, and then I'm pregnant, and then all of a sudden, by the end, I'm 175.
Right.
And it does mess with you, and then you have to remember, oh yeah, I have a baby in me. I have amniotic fluid in me. I have double the blood flow, all these different things. But it's interesting because...
Did it help you, or did it help you see that it's just... Did it help you or hurt you?
I've never had a weird relationship with the scale, and I've been very blessed that way.
Yeah, that's great.
I've never really had to struggle with my weight, so I'll announce that privilege. But for me, the number did kind of freak me out, but then it reminded me, hello, this is amazing, you're growing a child. But
Miracle.
I could understand how with certain people that are triggered by the scale, that's going to really trigger them.
And like certain numbers, I know you guys know this,
Yes.
you don't want to see ever, like a 7, a 2.
Oh, fun.
When it goes to a 2.
Welcome back to DBL. So are cats just as loyal as dogs? Well, that's exactly what a new study is saying. Despite the cliche that felines are aloof and distant, researchers have learned that cats are just as attached to their owners as dogs. Apparently, cats and dogs, and get this, babies, show the same level of attachment with their owners or parents. How crazy is that? That doesn't surprise me at all.
You have how many cats?
We have 3 cats. Right. We had 5 at one time. We have a dog. We have 2 children. They all love us.
A lot of love in your house.
Lots of love.
Lots of love.
Okay, but here's the good.
They're also hungry.
So? What's that have anything to do with it?
That's part of it. That's part of the attachment is they can't feed themselves. All the things you just listed.
Okay, so
we can go ahead.
Let's say they have a full tummy because they just ate, and then they're all about me.
That's when they walk away from you.
No, they don't, actually. That's not true. Okay, so here's my favorite part of the segment.
Good job.
Are we ready? Okay. Have a look at these celebrity copycats. Okay, we're going to start with you, Jeff. Who does this mustachioed queen remind you of?
First of all, I didn't think we were going to ever be able to beat the 6-year-old cleaning toilet segment, but we just have. We just got there.
Hey, Jeff, pause, no pun intended. This is Tori's segment.
Paparazzi, remember season 1? I wanted
Tori.
this.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Who's the cat? Who does she look like?
Burt Reynolds.
Oh.
I thought it was
Ted Lasso.
Freddie Mercury, I thought.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so who is it, guys, before we move on to the next one?
Ted Lasso.
Nice.
Freddie Mercury.
Good job, T-Bone. Okay, so now this cat, this one's for you, Al. This cat has that model pose. Who do we think she resembles?
That is one of the Harry Potter bad guys. I've never seen the movie, but I think so.
Like Snape or someone?
Absolutely
Maybe
Is that
Snape.
Zoolander?
No.
If that's a person, yes.
It's Adam
Lincoln?
Driver.
Oh.
Okay,
I can see that.
Okay, here comes another one, okay? This one might be hard, so I'm gonna give you a little hint. I'm going back to Jeff on this one. He's an actor who once came face to face with King Kong. Oh, I know.
Godzilla?
No. Cara
Jeff, that was gonna be my
Delevingne.
answer.
I was gonna say.
Dude, we should call that toilet kid and see what he's doing. We should get him on.
I was gonna say it was Jack Black.
Oh, this segment kills me.
Sophie. Tori's really into it.
Oh, sorry.
Do we have any more, or is that it? But we have more. Okay, this one's for you, Tori.
Okay.
Whoa.
Is this segment sponsored by a medical marijuana company?
Hold on. Here comes Tori.
Okay, let me see this.
Okay, Tori, I want you to really focus.
Okay, hold on.
Which actor does this handsome devil remind you of? Don't show the picture yet.
Okay.
Let her guess.
I'm going to go with like Peter Sellers.
Okay, let me see again. Let's see. And I'm going to give her a hint.
It looks like an old mustachioed man, you know, like a...
He had a part recently in Succession. Famous actor.
Adrian Brody.
Yes, Tori. Yes.
Oh,
okay, do we have more?
God, this is
one
great.
more. I'm going back to Jeff on this one. Actually, I'm going to do a competition between Jeff and Al. You guys ready? Okay. There's no guessing, but I already know who it is just by looking at it. Please tell me you guys know who this is, and then if not, I'm gonna.
Oh.
Boom! I was gonna say it was him. Did you guys think this?
Ron Perlman, man.
Who is No, the guy that was in Hellboy?
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy.
And he loves cats, yeah.
Yeah, I immediately saw him. Did you see that, Jeff?
You know, I've sat down with all of our managers and producers and pitched ideas of my own, and none of them have gotten through.
None of them? None?
None of them.
Really? Huh. I wish we had a picture of my plant. I have a plant, and I think we might have it. If not, maybe we can show you at the end. I have a plant that looks like dead on like a certain celebrity. I'm not going to say who it is. Identical. Yeah. And when people come over, they're like, oh, cool celebrity plant.
Blank plant.
Yeah.
No, they don't. No one's ever said that.
Yes, they do.
No one.
They have. Yes, they do.
Absolutely not. No one's ever said, cool plant, that looks like this celebrity,
Yes,
let's have dinner.
That's
never happened.
Every time.
Almost every time.
We'll be right back. We're going to find the picture of the plant. Every time.
My back pain was so...
User and journalist Allison Hall posted a video of herself receiving a negative result after swabbing her nose, then a positive result after swabbing her throat. Her positive result was confirmed by a PCR test. Then the hashtag #SwabYourThroat popped up on Twitter in recent days. So, is a throat swab better at detecting Omicron than a nasal swab? Our sources: the FDA, the University of Hong Kong, South Africa's National Health Laboratory Service, and US-based epidemiologists and researchers. This one needs context. A group of U.S. researchers studied 30 people and found saliva tests or throat swabs picked up a positive result before a nasal swab did. The study, which hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, concluded Omicron is better detected by saliva. A study from South Africa, which also hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, showed throat swabs detected all Omicron cases, but 71% of Delta infections, while nasal swabs detected 86% of Omicron infections, but 100% of Delta cases. Throat swabs are used in other countries in combination with nasal swabs to test for COVID-19. But in America, the FDA stands by nasal swabs, pointing to the sheer number of cases already detected by the method. The FDA adding it can be complicated to self-administer a throat swab and can cause false positives as you're not supposed to eat or drink 30 minutes before. Epidemiologist Eric Fagel-Ding telling Today it's not that an at-home test won't pick up Omicron in the noses when swabbing there, it just might pick it up a half a day or a day later. So there's evidence to support a throat swab showed positive results for Omicron faster, but there's also evidence to show nasal swabs work well for the majority of people.
Don't miss a day of DBL. Bold debates, there's sense and there's nonsense.
Where do we go?
Hot celebs.
We're like this all the time.
Yeah, I'm here for it. And all the laughs. DBL is all new every day.
Welcome back. Mailers beware. Counterfeit stamps are sweeping the country, so it's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. According to the post office, fake stamp sites are popping up all over Facebook. The most common counterfeit stamp is the U.S. flag one and is sold in bulk for less. So just remember, a first class forever stamp costs 58 cents. Anything less is likely fake. If your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock helps you keep your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. So call 1-800-261-1089 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. We'll be right back with a picture of my plant.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
pandemic, the government offered many programs to help Americans get by, including boosted unemployment benefits, stimulus checks, and paid sick leave. But what federal help is gone for good, and what's here to stay?
Our sources for these questions: the Department of Labor, the White House, the Department of Education, and the IRS. First, let's take a look at unemployment benefits. According to the Department of Labor, back in September, the federal government stopped the extra $300 checks for people on unemployment. So we can verify that no, you will not get boosted unemployment benefits this year. Next, will you still get stimulus checks in 2022? As part of President Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan signed into law in March of 2021, many Americans saw a third stimulus check for up to $1,400. As of now, no other stimulus checks have been announced. Will Americans continue to see student loan relief in the new year? According to the U.S. Department of Education, an extension of the pause on student loan payments, interest, and collections will go until May 1st, 2022. The Department of Education says the extension will allow the administration to assess the impacts of the Omicron variant on borrowers and provide additional time for borrowers to plan for payments to resume. So we can verify that, yes, Americans will continue to see student loan relief for at least part of the new year. And finally, will parents still receive an enhanced monthly child tax credit this year? The American Rescue Plan increased the child tax credit to as much as $3,600 per child in 2021. According to the IRS, automatic monthly payments went out to parents on the 15th of every month, but those payments stopped in December. According to Congress, the Build Back Better legislation would extend enhanced child tax credits. If it's not passed, then those payments will not resume, and the child tax credit will drop back down to $2,000 per child.
When it comes to making a flu vaccine each year, scientists are forced to make an educated guess. There are several strains of influenza, and they have to predict which strains will be the most prevalent. Then a vaccine is made to fight against those strains. On average, over the last decade, the flu shot has been around 43% effective, meaning people who got the vaccine were 43% less likely to get sick. Unfortunately, this year, it appears the flu vaccine is a mismatch to the strain that is circulating. Research out of the University of Pennsylvania found the major strain, H3N2, has mutated in a way that makes the shot less effective against it. The lead researcher told CNN it is a major mismatch, which could explain why we are seeing flu outbreaks across the country. So why are doctors still telling everyone to get a flu shot this year? Well, the research shows that while the shot may not prevent you from getting sick, it looks like it will prevent serious illness from that strain. In fact, it has been shown consistently that seasonal flu vaccines prevent hospitalizations and deaths, even in years when the vaccine does not match the outbreak. So, it's still a good idea to roll up your sleeve and get the flu shot.
Welcome back to DBL. We have a lot of comments about the cat segment. Mary Ellen says to Al, my cat is an outside cat because we have allergies and she loves me to death. However, she's also a hunter and can feed herself. I had assumptions about cats before her too. Marquita Baker says that Adam Driver cat will give me nightmares. And then we have a surprisingly overwhelming amount of comments about my plant.
A lot of people asking, how the heck does a plant look like a person? Someone saying that plant better look like someone, Sam. So I say we get to the plant.
Why are you guys showing it?
Oh, we ruined it.
You ruined it.
Oh no.
Did you guys see it? Jeff and Al, did you see it yet or no?
Yes, Sam, it was on television. Yes, we saw it.
I was going to quiz you.
Can we see it
that's
again?
okay. Let's see it again. Let's just look at the resemblance. It's okay. No one feel bad. But does that not look like a Kenny G plant? Let's be honest.
Slow clap for that.
Let's be real honest
Even
now.
the bangs.
Couldn't it be 80s Michael Bolton, though?
I guess.
Yeah, but he seems thinner. The plant seems narrower with the face of a Kenny
Jeff,
G.
be honest. What do you think?
It could be that guy from Motley Crue if you put like a headband around it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think his head was his hair was as curly.
This was quite ringlety.
This was, if you did not see Kenny G next to it, you would have guessed Kenny G.
God. Greatest.
What was the quiz you had set up for us?
I was just going to show.
That was it, Jeff.
No, I was going to show the plant. I was going to have Jeff and Al guess. And then I was going to give you a prize if you got. I was not going to give you a prize, but I was going to have you guess. And then I was going to do the reveal and then see if you guys guessed it right.
It's a process.
Yeah, that's okay. We had 2 minutes.
So the way
Name another person that plays the flute.
Is he an oboist or saxophonist or clarinetist?
Yeah, I don't think he plays the flute, Jeff.
Does anyone know which one it is?
I believe it's a saxophone.
Okay.
Saxophonist.
It's the jazz flute, I thought.
I believe it's the sax.
Well, there's a great documentary on
right.
Netflix.
Saxophone.
Okay, we can go now.
I'm dressed
DBL.
like Ron Burgundy. I should know.
DBL's new every day.
It was
We will
great.
see you
It was
Monday,
great
same
spending my
time,
last
same
day when
place.
you guys were canceled on Monday.
Shut up, Jeff.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Post-COVID, long COVID are all terms used to describe anyone who is experiencing symptoms weeks or months after they tested positive for COVID-19. People on social media are sharing their own experiences with long COVID. Several of those viral posts involve children, and now concerned parents are asking, can children get long COVID after a coronavirus infection? Let's verify. Our sources are the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and Dr. Yvonne Maldonado, a professor of pediatric infectious diseases, global health, and epidemiology at Stanford University.
We do know that children can have long-term symptoms of COVID. We don't really know the extent to which that happens because we haven't really had time to follow the pandemic for that long.
The CDC and WHO explain on their websites long COVID symptoms appear to be less common in children and adolescents than adults. The American Academy of Pediatrics compiled a list of symptoms similar to adults that can affect children after COVID-19. Kids experiencing long COVID may have trouble breathing, irregular heartbeat, a change in taste and smell, headaches, fatigue, and a host of other symptoms. According to the CDC, long COVID symptoms can appear later, even if a person was asymptomatic at the time of infection.
We do think that up to 20% of children may experience longer-term symptoms, and that can include neurologic symptoms or psychiatric symptoms as well.
So we can verify, yes, children can get long COVID after a coronavirus infection.
What we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
More confusion over new CDC guidelines as Omicron continues to spike. Is the CDC losing credibility? This kid is going viral for his 6 a.m. cleaning routine. Should more kids do housework, or is this bad parenting? Are cats really man's best friend? We'll tell you about a surprising study. Plus, cats that look like celebrities, the resemblance is perfect. And Mike Rowe stops by DBL. You won't believe what dirty job he'd love to do full time.
Oh my gosh. Are you insane? This is a sham. No. Y'all, just stop.
Finally here, drum roll. Welcome to DBL. We made it to Friday, Tori. Thank goodness. I know. Al is here remote. Also, we've got the lovely Dr. Coley joining us. Hello, you two. Happy Friday. Okay, so Hello. Dr. Coley, listen.
Hi, guys.
Hi. You are an expert, and what better day than today than to have you kind of break it all down for us and to clarify, because I'm reading our comments from our viewers. There's a lot of confusion about the new CDC guidelines, Dr. Coley, and this 5-day isolation period, and whether or not that you should or you should not get tested. So that's where a lot of the confusion's coming from. Now, even the American Medical Association is hitting back at the CDC, saying this is a quote, the new recommendations on quarantine and isolation are not only confusing, but are risking further spread of the virus. Now, this morning, the CDC director was on the Today Show. They asked her if the CDC has a credibility problem. Here's what the CDC director said about that.
We at the CDC are 12,000 people who are working 24/7, following the science with its ever-evolving nature in the midst of a really fast-moving pandemic. And we are doing so, putting our head down to keep America safe. We will continue to update. We will continue to improve how we communicate to the American public. This is fast-moving science.
Okay, so Dr. Coley, please break it down for us. And not only do I want to hear what you think, but I know that every day you're speaking to, your colleagues, nurses, doctors. Do you and does your community think that the CDC has a quote unquote credibility problem?
Sam, I have been defending the CDC for the last 2 years since the pandemic started. And for the first time, I have to say, whether it's seeing my friends or talking at the hospital, every single one of us is very frustrated with the CDC, with the decisions that they're making, and our credibility and our trust as medical professionals in the CDC. So I can only imagine what the rest of you guys as the public are going through in terms of how you think about the CDC. So I think moving forward, as we heal from the pandemic, we are going to have to learn how to reestablish that trust, both as individuals, but also as organizations like the CDC and the White House.
That's fair. I think that's really fair of you to say, because the public is a little confused, and I appreciate you understanding that. Can you clear up the confusion?
But I want to hear what I was going to say. What do you guys think? How do you personally feel about your trust in the CDC over time? Has it gone down?
I'm just a little confused about the specific situation now, and I don't want to make the CDC look bad because I really love what they do. But they're saying the isolation period. Do you think people should get tested after 5 days? And when does the 5 days start? That's where I'm mostly concerned with the CDC. Can you help us out a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk about that, because I think this particular situation is following the science very broadly, but not specifically. So in general, the CDC says that you're most contagious 2 days before your symptoms start and about 3 days after. That's where they came up with that 5 days from. What they should have done from the very beginning was to put testing in there, because I strongly believe, and a lot of my colleagues do as well, because some of us might still be infectious at 5 days, you have to have that negative test to go back to work. And Tori, to answer your question, that 5 days really starts when you have symptoms. So day 0 is the first day you have symptoms. Now, if you have no symptoms, that 5 days starts when you test positive.
Okay.
And Dr. Coley, for me personally, I always liken the CDC as just like guidelines.
Yeah.
I understand that science is going to evolve. I understand that as the pandemic gets longer and longer, they're going to have to balance different parties, different people, different communities. So for me, I've never lost trust in them. If anything, I see it as a guideline, and then I call you Dr. Coley. So I guess if I were to give any personal advice to any of our viewers out there, because I too don't want them to lose any sort of trust within the CDC, just see it as an overall guideline. There's no personal connection, unfortunately, between you and the CDC. So call your doctor. Your doctor's going to know everything about your history. Your doctor's going to know your family. They're the ones that are going to best be able to advise you to do the right thing. So let's just remember that. And then also, Dr. Coley, I wanted to get your take on what we do know about Omicron, right? So when are you, in your opinion, or is this not even opinion, is this fact, when are you most contagious if you do catch it?
So, Sam, first I want to second what you said, because I think it's a really important message. The CDC does present rough parameters, but really we have to individualize decision making, not as people, but talking with your doctor. So thank you for mentioning that. And I do hope more people will do that. And really, with Omicron, it's got a shorter lifespan than the older variant had. And that's one of the reasons we shortened it from 10 days down to 5 days, because you're most contagious about 2 days before your symptoms start. That's when the worry period is that you might be infecting others. And then about 2 to 3 days after you have symptoms. By the time your symptoms are gone, most people have a very low viral load. They're not giving off a lot of virus anymore. And that's why the CDC is saying if your symptoms are gone or better, you can go back to work. Now, 25 to 30% of people will still be giving off infection at day 5. Wow. And that's why some really feel that testing is necessary to return to work or return to school. Because let's say Lindsay came back without a test and she was in that 25 to 30%. She may inadvertently infect somebody else in the studio.
Well, Doc, I think I'm asking this on behalf of a lot of people, because it seems like you can just get this Omicron variant even if you're being really, really careful. Yeah. So should we just all just say, okay, we accept that we're going to get it? Is that where our mind should be? We're going to get it. We should, and maybe if we all get it, we'll get herd immunity. Somebody's got to be thinking that. A lot of people.
I'm so glad you asked me that, because I've already had a lot of other people ask me that as well. And the short answer to that, Al, is no. Do not just embrace it. Do not just go out and get it, because data is telling us that we still don't yet know what the long-term effects are, especially of the Omicron variant. So we found data from Delta from last year that healthcare workers who actually got infected with Delta ended up having antibodies against their own body. It's called autoantibodies. Wow. So the virus generated antibodies that attack their own body later. Yeah. So I don't want us to just go out and get it and say, oh, it's just a cold, I'll be fine. But I also don't want us to be COVID shaming. So if we do get it, we shouldn't feel bad that we did something wrong. If we're doing all the right things, we shouldn't make others feel bad, and we shouldn't panic, because most of us will recover uneventfully, hopefully, and come back to our lives within 5 days with a negative test.
You say most of us. Is that contingent on being vaccinated?
Very much so. And we are seeing that the unvaccinated individuals are continuing to have, even with Omicron, hospitalization, severe illness, ICU, and we've seen deaths. We have seen deaths occur in patients who are not vaccinated with Omicron. So please, if you have not yet been vaccinated, go and get vaccinated. Now, a lot of health experts, guys, are also saying that we need to shift from this let's just get vaccinated mode to what else can we now be doing to fight this variant. And they're talking to the White House about how our strategy needs to stop being pounding in the old vaccination, but actually now updating this vaccine that's almost 2 years old, because it was designed against the Wuhan variant, so that we can start doing better with getting our protection augmented with the new vaccine.
Wow, well said, Dr. Coley, as always. You just make it crystal clear.
Easier.
We're so lucky to have you. We appreciate you for clearing up all this confusion. If you have a question you want answered by Dr. Coley, write us on social media. You can email info@dailyblastlive.com. We'll be right back. Thanks, Dr. Coley.
Closed captioning provided by...
Let me be direct.
What's up, guys? A lot of you writing in about your turtleneck. No, I'm kidding.
I want a couple.
You actually look really cute.
Well,
you look real good, and you're.
I want to talk to you about my theory I had. About Lydia, who's
this
holding
is
the
Lydia
camera right now.
Say
she was also on the. That's not the Steadicam. What's
I
the
said
camera
she's
that
on that
doesn't move?
cam.
What's that big one? PED? Oh, okay.
PED?
PED. Oh,
Head cam.
Head cam. Okay.
Head, like pedestrian.
And Tori, you said, I can't believe that you're a person of all trades. You can do everything. And she said, I've worked for 6 years on a PEG cam.
Yeah.
And she's not in her 30s. And
No.
that brought my theory out that the younger generations underneath us didn't waste their 20s, at least like I did. Did you waste your 20s?
What do you mean by waste?
Like, don't remember them.
So wasted?
Yes. Like, didn't do anything. I had odd jobs. I wasn't thinking about my career.
I did. I was very aware.
Of your career?
Yeah.
Wow.
My family, though, was very, from day one, was like, you're either going to Yale or Brown. I went to Michigan. I couldn't get into Yale or Brown. And you will be
You're either going to Yale or your safety school.
Yeah, right. Brown. And you will be working at your career constantly. And you will be doing it. And you will be paying mostly your own way.
But you worked in like a bridal boutique. You did makeup.
Oh yeah, I did a gazillion jobs, but all of them were. I worked so hard to get them. And what's weird is
Michael's standing there.
Oh, I just want to see the Poitier is next.
Oh, got it.
Yes.
We heard. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's weird is I worked so hard to on my resume and all of that with each job. And you're right. I probably could have gone relaxed a little.
I don't think.
Although I worked really.
I think I would have been better off if I didn't relax.
Yeah, you're needing more discipline. I think.
I needed a Hail Mary at 36 to get my life together.
Welcome back. Jeff is here via remote. Hello, Jeff. Okay, so we do have some sad news to share with our viewers. Sidney Poitier has died. He was 94 years old. He was the first African-American to win an Oscar for Best Actor in 1963. CNN calls him Hollywood's first black movie star. He had an amazing 71-year career. Poitier was best known for films like A Raisin in the Sun, In the Heat of the Night, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. He was the lone black leading man in the 60s and faced, of course, if you can even imagine, all sorts of pressure and scrutiny. And as he told Oprah in 2000, quote, "It's been an enormous responsibility, and I accepted it, and I lived in a way that showed how I respected that responsibility. I had to, in order for others to come behind me. And of course, there's so many talented, actors, Al, that have come behind him, actors of color, because of him. It's a sad day, but what a legacy. And he lived a full life that so many of us could dream of.
Sam, I mean, you hit it on the head. What he did was he just gave a lot of people of color their dignity. He appeared on screen, and there was almost a regal quality to him. And the roles that he took and the life that he led, to be the first person through the door, you're gonna take all the arrows and you're gonna have all the scrutiny. And if you mess up, you might be messing it up for decades later, because they could have said, oh, well, we tried to do it with Sidney and look what happened. The pressure on him and the way that he responded is nothing short of legend. You see the way people were reacting, and it's because he touched inside of a lot of people a place that we didn't know that we could go, which is towards and headed towards equality. And I just appreciate him. He will be missed, but what a life.
What a life. And very quickly, I just want to say my mom was 21 years old in France, and she was looking at art in the Louvre, and she saw the most dignified back of a man she'd ever seen, and she said, that is Sidney Poitier. And she went over to him, and he signed a book.
It was him?
It was he. Oh! We have the book. Whoa. And they spent the day at the Louvre and at the Gare de Paume looking at Impressionist art.
Wow.
Can you
Jeff, can you beat that story?
Unbelievable.
No, the Jackie Robinson of entertainment, and more than anything, he was a great man, and that's what matters in the end to me.
Amen. Couldn't have said it better. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Dirty Jobs' Mike Rowe. He tells us the moment he realized Dirty Jobs was more than just a show.
Are you on med?
User and journalist Allison Hall posted a video of herself receiving a negative result after swabbing her nose, then a positive result after swabbing her throat. Her positive result was confirmed by a PCR test. Then the hashtag #SwabYourThroat popped up on Twitter in recent days. So, is a throat swab better at detecting Omicron than a nasal swab? Our sources: the FDA, the University of Hong Kong, South Africa's National Health Laboratory Service, and US-based epidemiologists and researchers. This one needs context. A group of U.S. researchers studied 30 people and found saliva tests or throat swabs picked up a positive result before a nasal swab did. The study, which hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, concluded Omicron is better detected by saliva. A study from South Africa, which also hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, showed throat swabs detected all Omicron cases, but 71% of Delta infections, while nasal swabs detected 86% of Omicron infections, but 100% of Delta cases. Throat swabs are used in other countries in combination with nasal swabs to test for COVID-19. But in America, the FDA stands by nasal swabs, pointing to the sheer number of cases already detected by the method. The FDA adding it can be complicated to self-administer a throat swab and can cause false positives as you're not supposed to eat or drink 30 minutes before. Epidemiologist Eric Fagel-Ding telling Today it's not that an at-home test won't pick up Omicron in the noses when swabbing there, it just might pick it up a half a day or a day later. So there's evidence to support a throat swab showed positive results for Omicron faster, but there's also evidence to show nasal swabs work well for the majority of people.
Don't miss a day of DBL. Bold debates, there's sense and there's nonsense.
Where do we go?
Hot celebs.
We're like this all the time.
Yeah, I'm here for it. And all the laughs. DBL is all new every day.
Welcome back. Fans just love watching him get dirty. We were lucky enough to sit down with the face of Dirty Jobs, Mike Rowe. Check it out.
It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. He is a renaissance man in the world of underground jobs that many don't know even exist. And if you didn't know, he's also hysterically funny. Please welcome the driest of dry, Mike Rowe. Mike, it's so good to see you. How are you?
Man? No pressure. Wow, now I have to be hysterical at this hour?
But
okay,
also the driest of dry. See, that we gave you 2 jobs.
2 dirty jobs. That's exactly right. All right, for our viewers who may not
Excellent.
know.
I'm up for it.
That's good. You grew up on a farm. So what was your first dirty job?
I grew up on a small farm, but only 3 miles from Baltimore City. We had access to about 80 acres that nobody could develop. We didn't own it, so I had a chance to grow up, with some room and a lot of work to do. We had a wood stove. Our whole house was heated by wood. And so my whole life as a kid revolved around going back into the woods, taking a tree, cutting it up, splitting the wood, stacking the wood, bringing the wood down, feeding the stove. That was like from 9 years old, that's what I did. Wow. That, and I picked up horse crap every day.
Really
that was
good.
it. That was my life.
I do want to ask you about this. I love what you say about the people and the nature of the work that they do on dirty jobs, because a lot of people are like, ew, that's so gross, whatever. And you always say, no, these people are people that hold up our country. Can you speak a little bit on that? I love your take on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good summation. You know, a lot of the most important work that gets done in our country happens out of sight and out of mind. So the whole point of dirty jobs was just to get our cameras in places where cameras normally don't go and treat the people we meet like Access Hollywood would treat Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's what we do. It's not even a show, to be honest with you. I mean, there's no acting, there's no writing, there's no production, there's no pre-production, there's no second takes, right? We never do a second take on dirty jobs. So what you get as a viewer is a really honest look at a hard day's work through the eyes of an apprentice.
I think about like your show, and I think about a lot of people that I know, and I feel like a lot of us, especially the people like me that kind of came of age in the late 90s, we were pushed towards college, but I think a lot of my friends, male, female, however they identify, would have liked to have worked with their hands had they been given the option, but I didn't even know that was a real thing at that point.
Yeah, vocational jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a big deal, and that's why you've been on dirty jobs forever. And that's why I wanted to ask you, has there been a standout moment that made you say, how did I get here?
Well, they all cross the line. But the moment when I realized the show was more than a show was in 2008, when our country went into a recession. And all of a sudden, I started getting calls from reporters from the Wall Street Journal asking me to weigh in on things like the skills gap and unemployment and college debt. And it was interesting, I think, because all of a sudden people began to see me as a guy who had access to a lot of these different jobs. Now, I'm not an expert on any of this, but I realized I did have a seat at the grown-up table. I'm producing a show that people like, but I'm also running a foundation that is trying to do something for our workforce, which at the moment is terribly out of balance.
It is. Mike Rowe for 2024.
I
mean, this is just wonderful conversation. I know, I'm just kidding. If you couldn't keep, on the lighter side, if you couldn't keep this job, let's say it went away and you had to take on one of the many dirty jobs you've done, is there one that you felt like you'd be best for?
If you think back to your first day on a job, any job, when you go home after that, you don't think, boy, I've got it. Yep. I could do it. You're unsettled. It's weird. You don't know where anything is. You just met a whole bunch of people. You don't know what they, right? So it's.
Tori's
I
like
never
that now,
think
she's been here
of
5
the individual
years.
job.
So
right.
rude. Stop it, Mike.
Sorry. I'm just saying. You know what? Taro farmer is the answer. I could farm taro on Hawaii.
Whoa.
Yes. That was a beautiful day.
That
with some
sounds
nice
like you just have low blood pressure doing that job.
Yeah, and it could be Mike Taro.
No.
Nice. It could.
No.
I'll take care of the jokes.
Thank you so much, Mike, for that enlightening conversation. DBL Nation, Dirty Jobs airs Sundays on Discovery and streaming on Discovery Plus. One of my favorite dudes ever. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
pandemic, the government offered many programs to help Americans get by, including boosted unemployment benefits, stimulus checks, and paid sick leave. But what federal help is gone for good, and what's here to stay?
Our sources for these questions: the Department of Labor, the White House, the Department of Education, and the IRS. First, let's take a look at unemployment benefits. According to the Department of Labor, back in September, the federal government stopped the extra $300 checks for people on unemployment. So we can verify that no, you will not get boosted unemployment benefits this year. Next, will you still get stimulus checks in 2022? As part of President Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan signed into law in March of 2021, many Americans saw a third stimulus check for up to $1,400. As of now, no other stimulus checks have been announced. Will Americans continue to see student loan relief in the new year? According to the U.S. Department of Education, an extension of the pause on student loan payments, interest, and collections will go until May 1st, 2022. The Department of Education says the extension will allow the administration to assess the impacts of the Omicron variant on borrowers and provide additional time for borrowers to plan for payments to resume. So we can verify that, yes, Americans will continue to see student loan relief for at least part of the new year. And finally, will parents still receive an enhanced monthly child tax credit this year? The American Rescue Plan increased the child tax credit to as much as $3,600 per child in 2021. According to the IRS, automatic monthly payments went out to parents on the 15th of every month, but those payments stopped in December. According to Congress, the Build Back Better legislation would extend enhanced child tax credits. If it's not passed, then those payments will not resume, and the child tax credit will drop back down to $2,000 per child.
When it comes to making a flu vaccine each year, scientists are forced to make an educated guess. There are several strains of influenza, and they have to predict which strains will be the most prevalent. Then a vaccine is made to fight against those strains. On average, over the last decade, the flu shot has been around 43% effective, meaning people who got the vaccine were 43% less likely to get sick. Unfortunately, this year, it appears the flu vaccine is a mismatch to the strain that is circulating. Research out of the University of Pennsylvania found the major strain, H3N2, has mutated in a way that makes the shot less effective against it. The lead researcher told CNN it is a major mismatch, which could explain why we are seeing flu outbreaks across the country. So why are doctors still telling everyone to get a flu shot this year? Well, the research shows that while the shot may not prevent you from getting sick, it looks like it will prevent serious illness from that strain. In fact, it has been shown consistently that seasonal flu vaccines prevent hospitalizations and deaths, even in years when the vaccine does not match the outbreak. So, it's still a good idea to roll up your sleeve and get the flu shot.
Welcome back. So this TikTok has gone viral, showing a 6-year-old doing more chores than Tori. So he gets up at 6 a.m. He lint rolls his clothes before getting dressed. Then he makes himself breakfast. But he's not done. He cleans the toilet, scrubs down the shower, does the laundry, vacuums his bed, sweeps the floors, cleans his shoes, and then takes out the trash. Wowza. Jeff, is this too much chores, or are you into this?
I couldn't even hear the first half of that thing, so I just saw a little kid going nutty with the cleaning. What's going on?
So, Jeff, let me break it down for you really quickly. He's 6 years old. He does all the chores, literally all the chores before like 9 a.m. Everything from cleaning the toilet, vacuuming his bed. Is that too many chores for a 6-year-old? There he is.
Yeah, that's what he's obligated to do, or is he just a little obsessive?
I'm
We
told,
don't know.
I'm told it's his chores. So I would think that means he's obligated to do it if those are his chores.
Oh, I don't know, man. This is a great one. I don't know.
Al, is this too extreme?
Jeff, if you didn't see, the kid woke up and lit a fake fireplace to start his day before cleaning off the toilet and cleaning off his expensive Nikes and walking out of a set of double doors. He's a kid of privilege, but I do like the fact that he does have a regimen, so I do appreciate that. But I do worry, Sam, about giving 6-year-olds too much of a regimen. I think when you're 6, you need to have your mind free and just be a kid for a little while. I mean, that's a little like training to be a Marine.
Camp.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's what they do. Yes.
Yeah, Kat G just wrote in, Katie, I agree. That's too much for a 30-year-old. I will say in Buddhism, when you're nervous or anxious, they say to chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. So chores can be, you're very meditative.
Carry like a pail of water?
Uh-huh. But that's an analogy.
Yeah, do they have any advice? Do they have any advice for people that don't live by a river?
It's an analogy, a metaphor, if you will.
Okay.
A simile?
So not literally. Don't go
Just
literally
do chores.
chop down wood Right. Literally go find a pail of water.
Right, just do chores.
Like Jack and Jill.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. But if you're sticking around, here is what's coming up. Julia Fox spills the details on her second date with Kanye West, and he went all out. And Valerie Bertinelli is saying goodbye to the bathroom scale, why she claims body image is more than just a number.
Post-COVID, long COVID are all terms used to describe anyone who is experiencing symptoms weeks or months after they tested positive for COVID-19. People on social media are sharing their own experiences with long COVID. Several of those viral posts involve children, and now concerned parents are asking, can children get long COVID after a coronavirus infection? Let's verify. Our sources are the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and Dr. Yvonne Maldonado, a professor of pediatric infectious diseases, global health, and epidemiology at Stanford University.
We do know that children can have long-term symptoms of COVID. We don't really know the extent to which that happens because we haven't really had time to follow the pandemic for that long.
The CDC and WHO explain on their websites long COVID symptoms appear to be less common in children and adolescents than adults. The American Academy of Pediatrics compiled a list of symptoms similar to adults that can affect children after COVID-19. Kids experiencing long COVID may have trouble breathing, irregular heartbeat, a change in taste and smell, headaches, fatigue, and a host of other symptoms. According to the CDC, long COVID symptoms can appear later, even if a person was asymptomatic at the time of infection.
We do think that up to 20% of children may experience longer-term symptoms, and that can include neurologic symptoms or psychiatric symptoms as well.
So we can verify, yes, children can get long COVID after a coronavirus infection.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Al and Jeff joining us remote. In fact, Jeff, many of our viewers have something to say about your delay. Tori, tell them.
John Venturini says, when we're back in the studio, Jeff, we want you to continue to respond on a 30-second delay. They said it's priceless.
Yeah, I hate it. I can't stand the delay.
It's hilarious, but you handle it quite well, Jeff. Okay, so let's talk about Kanye West and actress Julia Fox, because they are officially dating, and they, I think, want everyone to know it, because earlier this week they were spotted at a play and later dined at the exclusive Carbone Eatery in New York. Julia gave a first-person account of her date with Kanye, who now goes by Ye, to Interview magazine, which also published a series of intimate photos from the night, okay? Julia said she had an instant connection with Ye, who she met in Miami on New Year's Eve. She said he directed a photo shoot for her at the restaurant while people dined, and later surprised her with a hotel suite full of clothes. She called the experience, quote, every girl's dream. Okay, is this too much, Jeff? You think on date number 1 and 2, or is this like, oh wow, look at Ye, like just turn it up?
Yeah, I think it's too much. I don't want him trying to compete with Kim Kardashian in any sort of way, and that's kind of what it feels like to me. And then you throw the paparazzi in the mix. It goes from like 1 to 10 really fast. So is he really digging this girl, or is he just leading her on? I don't know. I'm a little worried about this one.
I agree with Jeff on this, which is awful to say, but I think it's a compete Davidson moment. Do you hear what I did there? I think he also then just bought the $4 million house across from Kim's house.
Maybe that's for the kids, though, Tori.
Right, but what's weird to me is impulsive decisions, and I think Kanye, out of anyone, probably shouldn't make such impulsive decisions. They might not last.
Okay, so Al, you wear your heart on your sleeve. Do you think that let's say you fell in love instantly with someone, someone, would you schedule a photo shoot, get a hotel room, fill it up with clothes? Is that, again, a lot of women would probably say, or men, that this sounds like exactly what they would hope for, right? Like a fantasy come true. In my opinion, that would feel like too soon. Is that too soon? Right? Would you do that, Al?
And that's why I hesitate, Sam. I think on paper, everybody would say that they'd like that, but when they see it in real time, you're like, this is way too much. We just went to Outback. I don't need a hotel room full of clothes yet. And I think the great thing about relationships is you baby step it. You have that first little interaction where you're like, maybe we should get coffee, and like you get to know each other more, and you kind of commit to more and more of each other's time. If it starts off at a 10, it almost seems like the only place you can go is down.
Right.
But it seems like they're happy, and maybe Kanye learned a lot from his last relationship. It seemed like Kim learned about the partner she wanted after Kanye. Maybe he did the same, and maybe they'll be better off for it.
It's just too showy for me.
It's too headline-y.
Too showy.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to just make headlines, in my opinion. Okay, so Kristen Davis is opening up about aging in the public eye. So speaking to newbeauty.com, Kristen, who is 56 and looks fantastic, said it is actually extremely stressful to be aging on TV because she's being compared to her much younger self. She added that she has bad days, like when she sees an unflattering picture of herself taken on the set of her new show, and said it makes her want to put her face in a bowl of ice water like Joan Crawford. And it looks like Carrie is also coming to terms with aging. On a recent episode of Just Like That, she comes along to her friend's plastic surgery appointment only to have the focus turned to her face. Watch.
And a mini facelift, or depending on the result that you're looking for, a full face and neck lift, which would take you from here to here.
Oh, I remember her.
Wow, I just experienced so many emotions with that. What are you thinking, Tori?
First of all, I think and I say this fairly, but I think a lot of women can experience a lot of thoughts about aging. And I think Sarah Jessica Parker recently in an interview said, what do you want me to do? I age. Do you want me to just disappear? Because it doesn't happen to a man. It becomes distinguished, or it becomes, I know they care, but when women have wrinkles and when their necks change, it's like hag, like immediately. And I know that's what they're called. So I've got to be honest, I really enjoy that they're going into this for Sex and the City. It feels really appropriate. And I like that they're shining a spotlight on it. I mean, don't be filled with fillers, but you're going to be called, it's like you can't win.
What do you think? Jeff, are you surprised to see this? Did it make you feel any certain way as a man?
No, listen, we live in a society full of discrimination right now. And the one thing that doesn't discriminate is age. We're all getting older at the same speed. Whether you're a man, woman, black, white, European, whatever you are, you're going to get older, okay? Look at the Friends reunion. They're all men and women. They all looked older. You're going to get older. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. Age has no shame.
What do you think, Al?
I know that we're focusing mostly on the women's perspective here, which we should, because obviously this society makes women feel less than as they age. But I really think this is one of those things that does cross, almost all gender lines, no matter how you identify, because the world looks at you differently as you age, but you don't feel any different inside. So like when you go to a place that you've always gone, but you're not 27 anymore, now you're 41. Now people are like, hey, excuse me, sir, is your daughter here? And you're like, oh, just having a beer. But now it's kind of like the world that you knew has changed, even though maybe your likes in places you like to go haven't. So it's a tough adjustment for people to kind of make a new life for themselves, because the things you did from 21 to probably 35 are going to be way different after.
Right, and I just didn't expect it to like impact me the way it did, because I had not seen the episode. It made me really sad for her. And to anybody who is getting work done, more power to you. I just want those individuals to be a very conscious decision where I want to do this is my 50th birthday, whatever it may be, and it makes them feel good. You could tell in that moment that Carrie never thought to do it. She was there for a friend, and for some reason it was expected of her, like societal norm-wise. And
the doctor thought she was the one coming in.
Yeah, and then you could see it in her face, a tribute to her acting ability. Like she felt like ashamed. Like, wait, so what's wrong with my face now? I have to revert back to the girl that I used to know.
Which is so meta for Sarah Jessica Parker because she grew up in the public's eye since she was a young actress.
Great point.
And she's literally looking at her face where a lot of people wish it was like that.
Right.
I think it's a pretty meta moment.
Yeah, it's hard.
But I don't know how meta it is, guys. I wonder, and I want to get your opinion on this quickly. Do you think that having work done and having visibly done some work to your face, do you think that's almost a status symbol? Because it is expensive. And it does let people know that you are in a certain tax bracket. If you can afford to have some work done to your face, it's almost like, hey, I'm 50, I've had 6 procedures because I'm living like that. I don't know if it's not a status symbol.
That's interesting. I also know that I've read a lot of stories of women who've written in and they've spent like their life savings because they felt like they had to keep up with the Joneses. So yes, it can be seen as a status symbol, but I also think people might be using the money that they could be using for their retirement for the wrong reasons. Again, if it makes you feel good, that's a different story.
All power to you.
All right, so Valerie Bertinelli says she's coming to terms with her weight. In her new book, Enough Already, Valerie writes all about her struggles with her weight over the years, but says she's done judging herself. She told People magazine she stopped weighing herself after she finished writing the book and has since given up the scale for good. What do you think about ditching the scale for good, Tori?
I hate the scale.
Okay.
And I don't know, some people really like it and they go like disciplined monumentally, like they go to the gym and it's every rep. The scale always brought me down because if I gained any muscle and it went up a little bit, I was over it and I would give up. I threw the scale away a long time ago and I go by my jeans. So far, they can fit a little bit, little tight, yeah. But I don't go by scale. I don't think it helps me. If it helps you, just like plastic surgery, good for you. For me, it really, really brought me down.
Jeff, are you a numbers guy? Do you need the scale to help you?
I do. I look at it as just like a point. It's not that I emphasize on it, and don't do it too much. Don't do it every day. For me, if I'm dieting, which I am in the new year, I'll look once a week just to see my progress, right? And I do that to kind of give myself a pat on the back. Hey, I lost 2 pounds this week. Good for you. We have this weird thing, again, I mentioned society, that you can't tell anybody to get healthy or get happy because then you're body shaming them. So it's like the tips that I have and the tricks that I have, I don't like to share because then the next person thinks you're getting insulted in some way. I kind of feel like Valerie Bertinelli is at that point as well. Like she's going through it herself and trying to help people, but the more she tries to help people, the more people shame her in a different way. It's a weird circle and dynamic that we are on social media and even in society, that if you tell someone, hey man, I just want you to eat a little better, work out a little better, motion causes emotion, you're gonna feel better about yourself, all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. It's just a crazy time we live in.
Al, how are you?
Oh, please go ahead.
No, I wanted to hear from you because you've been very transparent on our show of your own transformation.
Well, yeah, for me, working out was something very cathartic. It was a way for me to kind of leave my old life of making healthy choices kind of behind and focusing on what was coming next. And I think that's, Sam, you bring up that point in my life, and I think that's what everybody's weight loss journey is, or weight gain journey, or just journey in general with this body that we've been given. There are going to be times where you're 15 pounds heavier, 115 pounds heavier than you are, and it'll be other times where you are in the best shape of your life. So it's a journey for everybody, and I think the lows are so highlighted by not only society but by ourselves that's what we remember. But we don't remember like how lucky it is to just wake up and feel relatively healthy every day. That's a gift in itself, and it's not for everybody. So I think when we start talking about my waistline's a little too big, that might be an indicator of another health issue. But overall, I think we should value the fact that, like, you feel good enough to go for a walk with your partner and live your life. So, let's try not to get too bogged down and kind of leave what society says about our bodies to them, and we just enjoy it personally.
Well said. Thank you for that. Tori gave you a whistle. Not sure if that's appropriate.
It wasn't.
I don't think it is.
It wasn't. Nope. Coming up on DBL, you've got to stick around for this next block. We're going to show you cats that look like celebrities. Can you spot the resemblance? Is that it?
Closed captioning provided by
Season 1. You've said that. No, I do.
I thought of the segment
so smart, Tori. So smart. Tell them.
Paparazzi. I wanted to name the segment Paparazzi and then have flashes of camera.
Forever.
And it's a good segment.
It's hilarious.
Strong segment. This one's cats too. A lot of people write in and said, first of all, John Venturini has lost Sam. 311 pounds.
I know.
Kudos
to you, John.
Really, big kudos to you, JV.
big
I'm so
kudos.
proud of you. Dorothy says, I weigh myself at work once weekly. Kat said it helps her keep her in track, just like Jeff. I hated the scale, but I totally appreciate what you guys are saying. Oh, scales are just another tool for measuring health, not the end-all be-all, says Kat. For me, though, when I saw the number, it was just like, I couldn't think of anything else. It was like 158.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy too, because when you're pregnant, you go in for your weekly appointment. First it's like every 2 weeks, then it's every week, whatever. But you get weighed every time.
Yeah.
And it gives you a different perspective on your body, because let's say I started at 140 and then I'm pregnant and then all of a sudden by the end I'm 175.
Right.
And it does mess with you, and then you have to remember, oh yeah, I have a baby in me. I have amniotic fluid in me. I have double the blood flow, all these different things. But it's interesting because
Did it help you, or did it help you see that it's just, did it help you or hurt you?
I've never had a weird relationship with the scale, and I've been very blessed that way.
Yeah, that's great.
I've never really had to struggle with my weight, so I'll announce that privilege. But for me, the number did kind of freak me out, but then it reminded me, hello, this is amazing, you're growing a child. But
Miracle!
I could understand how with certain people that are triggered by the scale, that's gonna really trigger them.
And like certain numbers, I know you guys know this,
yes.
you don't want to see ever, like a 7, a 2.
Oh, fun.
When it goes to a 2.
Welcome back to DBL. So are cats just as loyal as dogs? Well, that's exactly what a new study is saying. Despite the cliche that felines are aloof and distant, researchers have learned that cats are just as attached to their owners as dogs. Apparently, cats and dogs, and get this, babies, show the same level of attachment with their owners or parents. How crazy is that? That doesn't surprise me at all.
You have how many cats?
We have 3 cats. Right. We had 5 at one time. We have a dog. We have 2 children. They all love us.
A lot of love in your house.
Lots of love.
Lots of love.
Okay, but here's the good.
They're also hungry.
So? What's that have anything to do with it?
That's part of it. That's part of the attachment is they can't feed themselves. All the things you just listed.
Okay, so we can go ahead. Let's say they have a full tummy because they just ate, and then they're all about me.
That's when they walk away from you.
No, they don't, actually. That's not true. Okay, so here's my favorite part of the segment.
Good job.
Are we ready? Okay. Have a look at these celebrity copycats. Okay, we're going to start with you, Jeff. Who does this mustachioed queen remind you of?
First of all, I didn't think we were going to ever be able to beat the 6-year-old cleaning toilet segment, but we just have. We just got there.
Hey, Jeff, pause, no pun intended. This is Tori's segment.
Paparazzi, remember season 1? I wanted
Tori.
this.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Yeah. Who's the cat? Who does she look like?
Burt Reynolds.
Oh.
I thought it was
Ted Lasso.
Freddie Mercury, I thought.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so who is it, guys, before we move on to the next one?
Ted Lasso.
Nice. Is that Freddie Mercury? Good job, T-Bone. Okay, so now this cat, okay, this one's for you, Al. This cat has that model pose. Who do we think she resembles?
That is one of the Harry Potter bad guys. I've never seen the movie, but I think so.
Like Snape
Absolutely
or someone? Maybe
Is that
Snape.
Zoolander?
No.
If that's a person, yes.
It's Adam Driver.
Oh.
Okay,
I can see that.
Okay, here comes another one, okay? This one might be hard, so I'm gonna give you a little hint. I'm going back to Jeff on this one. He's an actor who once came face to face with King Kong. Oh, I know.
Godzilla?
No.
I don't know.
Cara
Jeff, that was gonna be my
Delevingne.
answer.
I was going to say...
Dude, we should call that toilet kid and see what he's doing. We should get him on.
I was going to say it was Jack Black.
Oh, this segment kills me.
Sophie. Tori's really into it.
Oh, sorry.
Do we have any more, or is that it? Oh, we have more. Okay, this one's for you, Tori.
Okay.
Whoa.
Is this segment sponsored by a medical marijuana company?
Hold on. Here comes Tori.
Okay, let me see this.
Okay, Tori, I want you to really focus.
Okay, hold on.
Which actor does this handsome devil remind you of? Don't show the picture yet.
Okay.
Let her guess.
I'm gonna go with like Peter Sellers.
Okay, let me see again. Let's see. And I'm gonna give her a hint.
It looks like an old mustachioed man, you know, like a...
He had a part recently in Succession. Famous actor.
Adrian Brody.
Yes, Tori. Yes.
Oh,
okay, do we have more?
God, this is
one
great.
more. I'm going back to Jeff on this one. Actually, I'm going to do a competition between Jeff and Al. You guys ready? Okay. There's no guessing, but I already know who it is just by looking at it. Please tell me you guys know who this is, and then if not, I'm gonna.
Oh.
Boom! I was gonna say it was him. Did you guys think this?
Ron Perlman, man.
Who is? The guy that was in Hellboy?
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy.
And he loves cats. Yeah.
Yeah. I immediately saw him. Did you see that, Jeff?
You know, I've sat down with all of our managers and producers and pitched ideas of my own, and none of them have gotten through.
None of them? None?
None of them.
Really? Huh. I wish we had a picture of my plant. I have a plant, and I think we might have it. If not, maybe we can show you at the end. I have a plant that looks like dead on like a certain celebrity. I'm not going to say who it is. Identical. Yeah. And when people come over, they're like, oh, cool celebrity plant.
Blank plant.
Yeah.
No, they don't. No one's ever said that.
Yes, they do.
No one.
They have. Yes, they do.
Absolutely not. No one's ever said, cool plant, that looks like this celebrity,
Yes,
let's have dinner. That's never happened.
Every time.
Almost every time.
We'll be right back. We're going to find the picture of the plant.
Every time.
My back pain was...
User and journalist Allison Hall posted a video of herself receiving a negative result after swabbing her nose, then a positive result after swabbing her throat. Her positive result was confirmed by a PCR test. Then the hashtag #SwabYourThroat popped up on Twitter in recent days. So, is a throat swab better at detecting Omicron than a nasal swab? Our sources, the FDA, the University of Hong Kong, South Africa's National Health Laboratory Service, and US-based epidemiologists and researchers. This one needs context. A group of U.S. researchers studied 30 people and found saliva tests or throat swabs picked up a positive result before a nasal swab did. The study, which hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, concluded Omicron is better detected by saliva. A study from South Africa, which also hasn't been peer-reviewed or published, showed throat swabs detected all Omicron cases, but 71% of Delta infections, while nasal swabs detected 86% of Omicron infections, but 100% of Delta cases. Throat swabs are used in other countries in combination with nasal swabs to test for COVID-19. But in America, the FDA stands by nasal swabs, pointing to the sheer number of cases already detected by the method. The FDA adding it can be complicated to self-administer a throat swab and can cause false positives as you're not supposed to eat or drink 30 minutes before. Epidemiologist Eric Fagel-Ding telling Today it's not that an at-home test won't pick up Omicron in the noses when swabbing there, it just might pick it up a half a day or a day later. So there's evidence to support a throat swab showed positive results for Omicron faster, but there's also evidence to show nasal swabs work well for the majority of people.
Don't miss a day of DBL. Bold debates, there's sense and there's nonsense.
Where do we go?
Hot celebs.
We're like this all the time.
Yeah, I'm here for it. And all the laughs. DBL is all new every day.
Welcome back. Mailers beware. Counterfeit stamps are sweeping the country, so it's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. According to the post office, fake stamp sites are popping up all over Facebook. The most common counterfeit stamp is the U.S. flag one and is sold in bulk for less. So just remember, a first class forever stamp costs 58 cents. Anything less is likely fake. If your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock helps you keep your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. So call 1-800-261-1089 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. We'll be right back with a picture of my plant.
Promotional consideration.
During the pandemic, the government offered many programs to help Americans get by, including boosted unemployment benefits, stimulus checks, and paid sick leave. But what federal help is gone for good, and what's here to stay?
Our sources for these questions: the Department of Labor, the White House, the Department of Education, and the IRS. First, let's take a look at unemployment benefits. According to the Department of Labor, back in September, the federal government stopped the extra $300 checks for people on unemployment. So we can verify that no, you will not get boosted unemployment benefits this year. Next, will you still get stimulus checks in 2022? As part of President Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan signed into law in March of 2021, many Americans saw a third stimulus check for up to $1,400. As of now, no other stimulus checks have been announced. Will Americans continue to see student loan relief in the new year? According to the U.S. Department of Education, an extension of the pause on student loan payments, interest, and collections will go until May 1st, 2022. The Department of Education says the extension will allow the administration to assess the impacts of the Omicron variant on borrowers and provide additional time for borrowers to plan for payments to resume. So we can verify that, yes, Americans will continue to see student loan relief for at least part of the new year. And finally, will parents still receive an enhanced monthly child tax credit this year? The American Rescue Plan increased the child tax credit to as much as $3,600 per child in 2021. According to the IRS, automatic monthly payments went out to parents on the 15th of every month, but those payments stopped in December. According to Congress, the Build Back Better legislation would extend enhanced child tax credits. If it's not passed, then those payments will not resume, and the child tax credit will drop back down to $2,000 per child.
When it comes to making a flu vaccine each year, scientists are forced to make an educated guess. There are several strains of influenza, and they have to predict which strains will be the most prevalent. Then a vaccine is made to fight against those strains. On average, over the last decade, the flu shot has been around 43% effective, meaning people who got the vaccine were 43% less likely to get sick. Unfortunately, this year, it appears the flu vaccine is a mismatch to the strain that is circulating. Research out of the University of Pennsylvania found the major strain, H3N2, has mutated in a way that makes the shot less effective against it. The lead researcher told CNN it is a major mismatch, which could explain why we are seeing flu outbreaks across the country. So why are doctors still telling everyone to get a flu shot this year? Well, the research shows that while the shot may not prevent you from getting sick, it looks like it will prevent serious illness from that strain. In fact, it has been shown consistently that seasonal flu vaccines prevent hospitalizations and deaths, even in years when the vaccine does not match the outbreak. So, it's still a good idea to roll up your sleeve and get the flu shot.
Welcome back to DBL. We have a lot of comments about the cat segment. Mary Ellen says to Al, my cat is an outside cat because we have allergies and she loves me to death. However, she's also a hunter and can feed herself. I had assumptions about cats before her too. Marquita Baker says that Adam Driver cat will give me nightmares. And then we have a surprisingly overwhelming amount of comments about my plant.
A lot of people asking, how the heck does a plant look like a person? Someone saying that plant better look like someone, Sam. So I say we get to the plant.
Why are you guys showing it?
Oh, we ruined it.
You ruined it.
Oh no.
Did you guys see it? Jeff and Al, did you see it yet or no?
Yes, Sam, it was on television. Yes, we saw it.
I was going to quiz you.
Can we see it
that's
again?
okay. Let's see it again. Let's just look at the resemblance. It's okay. No one feel bad. But does that not look like a Kenny G plant? Let's be honest.
Slow clap for that.
Let's be real honest
Even
now.
the bangs.
Couldn't it be 80s Michael Bolton, though?
I guess.
Yeah, but he seems thinner. The plant seems narrower with the face of a Kenny
Jeff,
G.
be honest. What do you think?
It could be that guy from Motley Crue if you put like a headband around it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think his head was his hair was as curly.
This was quite ringlety.
This was, if you did not see Kenny G next to it, you would have guessed Kenny G.
God. Greatest.
What was the quiz you had set up for us?
I was just going to show.
That was it, Jeff.
No, I was going to show the plant. I was going to have Jeff and Al guess. And then I was going to give you a prize if you got. I was not going to give you a prize, but I was going to have you guess. And then I was going to do the reveal and then see if you guys guessed it right.
The process.
Yeah, that's okay. We had 2 minutes.
So the way
Name another person that plays the flute.
Is he an oboist or saxophonist or clarinetist?
Yeah, I don't think he plays the flute, Jeff.
Does anyone know which one it is?
I believe it's a saxophone.
Okay.
Saxophonist.
It's the jazz flute, I thought.
I believe it's the sax.
Well, there's a great documentary on
right.
Netflix.
Saxophone.
Okay, we can go now.
I'm dressed like
DBL.
Ron Burgundy. I should know.
DBL's new every day. We will see you Monday, same time, same place.
You guys were canceled on Monday.
Shut up, Jeff. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye, guys.